Hey everybody, this is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions, and I won't be rolling solo. Melanie will be joining me here in a little bit. She just went to go get some caffeine for me, so I've been up a lot. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing this Saturday morning? Or I guess not Saturday morning, but afternoon if you're living outside of the country, or Sunday if you're definitely living way outside of the country. Hopefully everybody is doing well. That is a giant. I wish I had one now, like this size of my shirt. Got an email yesterday letting me know my Uncanny Volume 2 is on the way. Oh, awesome. Great stories in there. Hey, Dana, how are you doing? Had a Spirit, True Graphic Novel Fan 1989. How am I doing? I'm pretty beat, man. A lot has happened in our personal lives, and just last night, I didn't get home till like 4. Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. But here I am, and here I am ready to talk about comic books, man. Doing my best today. Good, man. You're reading X Factor Volume 1 while we chat. Okay, that's what's up. Hope everyone's doing great. Can we stand still for a second? Appreciate how good the Penguin is. It's so good. So good. Makes me miss The Sopranos. Is that a fair statement? Because I love The Sopranos. And after watching The Penguin, I was like, episode 3, I think, that came out. Was it this week? It's like, I think I need to go and rewatch The Sopranos again because I love that show. It's one of my favorites on HBO. And I thought, man, they haven't made a show like that in a long time. Yeah, Penguin's solid. Panels with Pete. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying some comics this week. I'm loving Veilspire Chronicles and about to get into Byrne's final cut. The Veilspire Chronicles, is that the name of the last god? Is that what they changed it to? I can't remember. Morning, Omar. You going to see the Reeves story today? It's back on the big screen again. I don't think I have time, honestly. I wish I did. And what's up, Dylan? And Starscream 1988. I love that, dude. How are you? It's a nice 63 degrees right now in upstate New York. Chris, you're up in New York, dude? Are you going to New York Comic Con? Omar, if you need a Saturday off, not a single one of us is going to begrudge. Oh, thank you, dude. Thank you so much. Picked up the Jeff Lemire's Animal Man Omnibus yesterday because I'm a fan of horror. Oh, you'll enjoy that, especially if you know nothing about Animal Man. You'll love it. Sopranos was the best. It's definitely up there. It was one of my favorite. Yep, Last Gods. It's really funny is I talked to Philip Kennedy Johnson, and he said the Veilspire Chronicles was the name that he actually wanted to use. And then I think an editor at DC said, well, what about The Last God? That sounds more epic. And he was like, oh, okay, we'll do that. And then they found out that apparently the copyright was still being held in Europe by another company that had a book series called The Last God. So DC could no longer use it. And they went back to the Veilspire Chronicles, which is what he wanted to use from the beginning. Hey, Marvel Bab and Birdman, what's up? Can you recommend a site that lists the newest graphic novels that came out? I primarily just read those now. Ran out of room for my comic collection. Oh, we've all been there, brother. Yes. Comicreleases.com does an amazing job because they keep up with the latest releases, the latest updates, the latest delays, unfortunately, because that does happen. So that's comicreleases.com. My buddy Dom of X, who helps out on the channel, who will be here next week while we're at New York Comic Con, knock on wood, if everything's okay now. He will take over the Saturday live stream. How do you all use an inventory app for your collection? I recently started CLC. I use this, my noggin. There was a wonderful app on the Mac many years ago. It was called Delicious Library. If you had a scanner, it was really cool. Like you just scan the barcode and it would upload it onto your virtual library, like the cover. It was really crazy because it will also it would gather the information, like if it's out of print, what printing you have, and the value of the book. Or I'm sorry, it was for video games is what we used it for. I think that has now been discontinued, and I always wanted something like that. The CLC do something like that. I did not like the Joker 2. Not at all. Happy, but I'm also, here's the thing, I'm also not a fan of musicals. I didn't enjoy the Joker 1. So yeah, wasn't are your parents Omar and Melanie's mom too? I know your dad he's had a rough week, brother. How's your father? Thank you, Bruce. Thank you for asking. Thank you all of you for asking. He's in the hospital. That's part of the reason why I was up till 4:00. I didn't get home till 4:00 because he's doing better. I think it was just an infection, but it's been rough. Like when a lot of you all that understand, you know what it's like to have a sick parent or just somebody in your family that's sick or an elderly parent. It's like it's one of those things that sometimes they have bad days, and you know he lives with my mom, so it's very difficult for her to do it. Also, we moved back into town. I'm only like 15 minutes away, so I just go over there. And sometimes going over there is at 2:00 in the morning. Sometimes going over there's the, just to sit next to him, and it keeps me up. And you know, it's my dad, so yeah, he's back in the hospital, which sucks. But I hope they don't keep him there that long. I hope he gets better. My Awake, that is a good question. Omar, are you doing a review of G.I. Joe Compendium? If it gets here by Monday, because there's so many videos I have to do between now and Tuesday, since we're going to New York Comic Con, I will try. And if not, just like a quick little glance at it, because I haven't had a chance to reread those stories. Although I love them, it's just been a while since I've read them. Thank you, baby. And thank you, Joshua, for the super chat, and thank you, Bruce, for the super chat. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. So yes, that's the G.I. Joe. Morning from East Central Illinois. One of my favorite people is over there. Actually, I have a couple friends that live there. JMS is ending Captain America. Oh man,
what? Really?
It's hard to write Steve Rogers' character. Yeah, in December. So what does that mean? He's had how many issues is that? 14. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Phenomenal AC. Good morning, Omar. Will you have an overview? Yeah, that comes out on Monday. It comes out on it. It is I was looking at it, and it is the 4th time that book has been printed, in case you missed it. It's crazy. Yes, Comic Releases is the website. Never been in New York Comic Con. I haven't been in New York City in about 7 years. Oh, you gotta make it down there. I will keep you guys in my prayers. I hope things get better. Blessings, brother. Thank you, man. Much love back to you.
Thank you, man.
I love seeing Alpaca back on the shelf.
Oh,
the Chewbacca that somebody made. It's
we're so busy. I love this. Get yours at Walt's Comic Shop, Beauty Cosmos, and cheap graphic novels. Have you already plugged it?
Walt's Comic Shop.
I did say that.
Okay.
Am I repeating?
You didn't, but that's okay, baby. You're excited. That's your first time seeing it, isn't it?
Yes.
Because I've been down here by myself working, and I forgot. Like, it's a huge deal, so I did make a post. It was the day that I had to take Dad to the doctor because I thought I had to take him to the hospital, and that came in the mail, and I had to stop by to get some books, and I was like, whoa, I got to take a picture really quick. It was really cool. Is there somewhere specific to ask questions? Yes, right here in the chat. Ask away. I just ordered my copy of Extremity. I'm hoping to see you next week at New York Comic Con. I'd be honored if you could say, oh, dude, you don't have to. Oh, I feel weird signing it. I didn't work on the book, but it would be my pleasure if you really want me to. Until I get canceled, and then you're going to look at that signature and be like, dang it, why did I get Omar to sign this? Good morning, NFC family. Sorry to hear about your father. I'll keep him in my and your family in the prayers. Thank you, brother. Much love back to you, man. Stay strong. We love you, and I love you all too. You all.
Oh, the Joker's telling us to stay strong. Isn't that sweet?
It's the Heath Ledger Joker. Best place to start reading Conan? That's a great question. William, thank you so much. I'll be honest, like I was looking forward to the Saturday stream just to get to chat with you all, to forget about life. I mean, that's what comics has always been to me, an escape, right? Like they have been a wonderful escape from reality when reality freaking sucks, and it sucks so hard sometimes. Comics are there, and they've been great to me. Best place to start reading Conan, you're in luck. Titan just is reprinting the Omnis, but if you don't want to go that route, there is the Jim Zub Conan the Barbarian series, which was one of my top 10 favorite reads this year. It's been amazing. The first 2 trade paperbacks are out of that series, and they are perfect. The beauty about Conan is you can jump into any omnibus and read it because they take place at a different point in his life. Sometimes they go back to his youth. Sometimes they go back to an older age. King Conan's usually when he's older and king, right? Hence the title. And he has a son and a wife. But yeah, that's Will. Oh, dude, I'm sorry, Marvel Bab. Hospital miles away in awful care. My thoughts are with you, and I wish you do. Thank you, brother. And I hope your dad has a speedy recovery too. So that's the beauty of Conan. Just you can pick up any volume, volume 3, volume 4, and just read it. It's all takes place at different times.
That would be cool. Really
well, Tomasi's all Ghost Machine now. Behind the scenes, he knows how I feel about him and how much I love his work. And I was like, man, any chance you come back? He's like, man, I'm Ghost Machine right now, baby. Well, he didn't quite put it like that. I did. I was like, but you didn't say no, so there's still a chance. Because I'd love for him to do some Marvel work. He's done so many good things at DC. I'd love for him to tackle characters at Marvel. Just because appreciate your hard work.
Thank
for the
you,
chat.
Maximum, for the
Maximum.
chat.
Thank you so much. That is a rocking avatar. That is awesome. Thank you so much.
And we have a super chat from Birdman.
Thanks. I'll check that site out. Cheers from Alberta, Canada. We've been there. All the best to you and your family. And that beer, it's never too early. Okay. Toast to you, Birdman. But yeah, I actually I used to travel a lot for work. One of my places I would go was Alberta, Canada. So we would go. That's where we saw. Was it Dunkirk? We saw there in the big theater.
Enzo's Diners. What I remember. And I was like, it's reboot.
Okay, no, that's not what we saw at all.
Oh, thanks, John. Thanks for
try to be nice and not give you a hard time.
I'm tired. It's a little difficult to think this morning.
Fire away.
Been watching your show since you were a baby. Aw. Yeah, I remember you, Pon. Any gallery edition announcements coming soon?
I did ask for a list, but I haven't heard back. I know they're prepping for New York Comic Con, so it might be afterwards. Yeah.
And somebody's mentioned earlier getting Absolute Batman #1. And
yeah, people are.
It's
sold out.
It's
sold out.
It's been minutes since I've been to the comic store.
I'm sure you'll find that at Comic Con for $10.
Store now.
I saw in the thumbnail you have the complete Harrow County. Is it just the main series, or does it have Tales of Harrow County stories in there? I think it's just the main series, but I'll have to double check because I've only I've read those stories over and over, so I'm just kind of flipping, making sure the pages are okay. So I will double check. I promise I will do an overview, a proper overview, and also comparing it to the library editions. Omar, book vending machines are showing up in schools. Kids get a token for acting good and get a book. Graphic novels and manga are most got books. Crazy Comics are as a reward. Yes, can you imagine that? When I was in school, like a reward would be comics.
So do that. We have something similar, but it's like food. You go buy like
food
or swag, merchant, like school spirit stuff. Okay, fan, I'm glad that you're out of the hospital.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad. And hey, Master Bobby.
I always remember these avatars, so I was like, oh, Streets of Rage.
And Gabriel got back to my bill to buy $20. Yay! Just give yourself time to read it.
Just remember to read them. That's right. That's right.
When I start reading Simone's Birds of Prey run, I've been told issue 56 is the jumping on
point
for her run.
Mm-hmm. That is the beginning of her run. You don't really need to have read anything. I do love Chuck Dixon's run on Birds of Prey. He started the series because I love when he incorporated Ted Cord into the series, but you don't have to read it. Like, she does an amazing job. Plus she adds, Huntress into the mix. And that's what everybody really likes is
snacks.
It's Babs, Oracle, it's Huntress, and it's Black Canary. That's what a lot of people are like. Those are the Birds of Prey. Food as reward, be good and it's hard.
No, like snacks, junk food. There's a question about if you agree that the DC Compact All-Star Superman is excessively dark and dull, unlike all previous bright and colorful printings, or not.
Oh, I haven't seen it. You're talking about the physical printing of All-Star Superman? That's a shame. Maybe it was bad scans.
And thank you for the super chat.
Thank you,
and
brother.
all the
As someone who has never read G.I. Joe, would you all recommend the compendium or the Kickstarter hardcovers? I'm interested because of nostalgia for the toys. I got to interview the editor behind the compendiums, the Kickstarter compendium, and I don't know if that's going to be the same as the compendium. I think it is, as the compendium that was released this week. I haven't gotten my copy yet, because one of the things that I've seen, and like I said, I haven't physically held it, is they're using newsprint paper. So what that means is newsprint paper, it's usually what the old comics in the 80s used to use. Now, for nostalgia's sake, that's really cool. But I was wondering how well 50 issues are going to hold. The good news is that it's going to be lighter. The book is going to be lighter than the matte paper that we're used to or the glossy paper stock. It's going to be lighter. So it might go easier on that spine. But I having not held it, I don't know. And I also don't know if it's going to be the same paper stock that they use for the Kickstarter edition, considering the Kickstarter edition is a lot more expensive than the compendium version. I wish I had an answer. Hey,
Mike Convex coming in with the questions. Arsenal looks like a 5-year-old. Humberto Ramos. I like Humberto Ramos. Or Chris. I think I like Chris Bachalo. Do I like Chris Bachalo?
Chris Bachalo did the artwork in Death, The High Cost of Living. Inked by Mark Buckingham. It's one of your your favorite combo. Whose art still? I wish when I was 5 years old I was as good as Humberto Ramos or Chris Bachalo. I'm a fan of both of them, so I don't know if I had to choose one over the other. Oh, that's a hard one, but I guess I'd choose Chris Bachalo. Yeah. Good morning, Bobby. How are you, buddy?
Okay. Sorry, just a second.
Not Master. Also, Master Bobby.
Wait, but first, Bobby, because we're staying with you in a few days. So thank you. And no, I'm not day drinking. What the talking about? I'm tired. And then Master Bobby, every weekend at night after having my dinner, different times than watching your live stream. That's good time before sleep. Oh, thanks. Robbie showed the G.I. Joe compendium in his weekly comic book review, and it was thick.
Well, yeah, they're using that. If they're using newsprint paper, it's going to be a big, thick boy.
My copy of the G.I. Joe compendium feels very light.
Yeah, that's what I said. Remember, because I said they're using newsprint paper. Did you not listen to what I said?
Okay, I'm also reading people's comments and making faces too.
Are you day drinking?
Don't make me go off.
Okay.
But and my whole sense think, I don't know. I'm just trying to make the conversation flow here. Joshua says 2000 AD has been releasing a bunch of their comics in the US, including Slain. Any plans to review in the near future?
Actually, I do. I do a lot of their reviews. I just did the Apex edition of the Steve Dillon, the art of Steve Dillon. Whatever they send my way, and let me tell you, I really love dealing with those the wonderful folks at Two. They are so kind. They watch my videos and they send me the nicest emails. They're like, man, I've never seen somebody so just enamored with this hobby like you, and it just makes us proud to have made that book. It was the Apex edition of Steve Dillon, and have you just gush over it.
Put my head on your shoulder because I'm so sleepy. It's such a sweet compliment.
Is there a reason why Marvel's skipping the last volume of Bendis' Daredevil in the Epic collections and releasing the first Brubaker? Yes, that's the way Epics are. Dude, what's up, Kingsport Kelly? See you for a minute, brother. That's the way Epics are. They don't put them in. They don't release them in chronological order. So you have the gap to fill, right?
I don't.
What did they?
Unless we're in the summer, we're at the lake or something.
So somebody said, I asked one of my TikToks that I did, because we're on TikTok, of course, like everybody else. That's the times. But I asked, what is that feeling? What is that word for filling that gap on a bookshelf? And somebody said gappiness. And I was like, gappiness. I really like that. I really like gappiness. It sounds so dorky, but I love it.
I'm drinking. Wait, this is my water. If I can't,
why are you drinking two things at the same time?
Because I'm always dual wielding, double fisted with water. Can't just drink coffee. And then y'all get your Starbucks coffee in your personal cup. Saves plastic and tints it.
Baby, are you okay? Did you not get enough sleep? I'm the one that didn't get enough sleep
so
last
sorry.
night. Ray's taking over Melanie. That's why her hair turned purple.
Hold up. There's a question up here. Is Spider-Man by Zdarsky Omni worth reading? I think if you like, oh shoot, I had it worded in my head. Now I can't remember. When Zdarsky writes Spider-Man, in my opinion, it's either goofy or like really serious and dark. And for some strange reason, I would think I would like the goofy stories better, but no, I like Zdarsky's dark, serious Spider-Man stories more than his goofy Spider-Man stories. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I mean, Life Story has a good mix of that. Life Story is amazing.
Yeah,
if you haven't read it.
And by the way, just throw that out there. I love Zdarsky. But in terms of his Spider-Man,
you like his
I
writing.
Like yeah, that's it.
Better clarify that.
But in terms of Spider-Man, I like his dark, serious. Oh, Spider-Man, Spider Shadow, one sitting. Woo, that was such a good story. Oh man,
I like the J. Jonah.
Yeah, that was awesome because it was
really good and heartfelt.
Yes.
There's a story.
That's why I like Zdarsky.
There's a story in there just like Roger Stern's The Kid That Collected Spider-Man. It's a little bit like that. I love it. It's in that cup. Happiness sounds like a Russian person trying to say happiness. I'll take it. I'll take that. Hey, good evening.
What did I miss? You didn't make any announcements, did you?
Me? Oh, Dom's going to join us for the last 30 minutes. That's the only.
Oh, okay, that's it. John, thank you for the super chat. I'm scared.
Question for my favorite fake X-Men fan: how real of a fan could somebody who would misgender soft serve be? The freaky character doesn't. The character appears in backgrounds. Rank the Spidey artist. Larson. Oh, this is a great question.
I don't know who.
Larson, McFarlane, Bagley, Ross Andrew, Ditko, Romita Sr. or Romita Jr. You're a monster. This is how people judge me because I know I'm going to say the wrong thing.
Let me go first.
No.
Yes.
He said his favorite X-Men fake X-Men fan. Is that you?
I'm going to answer the question. Okay, best McFarlane. Then Larson, then Bagley. I love Bagley because that's my childhood. And it was so fun to meet him. And then, even though JR has a very handsome Peter, I put Bagley above him. I'm putting Bagley above him. And then Romita Sr. and Ditko. And I don't know who Ross Andrew is, so he could be at the end.
Ross Andrew was after Romita Sr.
Oh, okay.
This is a tough one. I'm gonna go with McFarlane as mine too because that was my childhood. I love McFarlane, and after that, honestly, I think the older I get, the more I've just learned to appreciate art I didn't appreciate as a young guy. So I'm gonna go with Romita Sr. I really like him coming in for Ditko, and Ditko was amazing too. No pun intended. Was so different. Was so different, but also like it felt the same. So. Okay, let's go McFarlane, Romita Sr., then Larson. It's crazy. Some people hate Larson, but I love his dynamic style. Then I would go, oh, you're a monster, dude. Then I would go Bagley.
Good enough for
me. Then Ditko, then John Romita Jr., then Ross Andrew. I hate you so much.
Okay.
I hate you so much, man.
Let's see what other people think.
That's such a hard question.
My favorite after Romita Sr.
Everybody has their favorite, right? But JR, which era of JR, right? There's like 5 times he's come back to the character.
Oh, that's good. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
super chat. I know U.S. medical system is weird, so here's a super chat for your dad. Speedy recovery for your dad.
Here,
and look after yourself too, Omar. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Seriously. Yeah, you're not lying about that first part. Weird is it's an understatement how we do the health system here. But this is a comics channel, so I don't want to even go talk about the health system here in America. But thank you. Seriously, thank you. Not sure if the younger crowd today can grasp how game-changing McFarlane Spaghetti went. And the big eyes. Remember the big eyes? There weren't the big eyes before that. It was huge. It was was like, what? Cool. And I'm so cool. I remember the older guys at the comic stores hated it. They were like, what? You can't
animate, baby. Or I guess it'd be Japanimation at that point.
Well, they were like, your body can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, your body can't also
body can't
swing
take
from
off.
building to building with, or like, web shooters. What kind of argument is your body can't do? Because he was talking about like the covers, and I remember they were like, look how stupid that is, like because his leg was going over his shoulder. And it's a comic book, man. Going to try to get as many signatures as possible in the Devil's Cut anthology from Distillery. Already have Tula Lotte and Becky Cloonan on there, Elsa, while she's in the UK next month, plus her Wasp.
Awesome. Okay, remember the whole debacle over Spider-Woman and that pose on that cover?
The Manara cover?
You can't basically put your body like that.
My first
reaction was, it's a picture. It doesn't matter if you can't physically.
Well,
and then you know what?
The debacle was because, it was a very sexist picture. Women shouldn't be like viewed like that by comic fans. And so,
I mean, I don't mind.
Thing.
I don't care. I appreciate the female form.
I do.
I will tell you, with McFarlane, I did get kind of tired of MJ always being in her lingerie. I would like.
Dude, what about Larson? Larson, that's all he did. And it was big booty MJ time too. It wasn't like flat.
Like, that's awesome.
It wasn't,
but not overdo it.
And the thing was, is like
there's sometimes
it wasn't like flat pancake butt MJ. It was like big booty MJ when Larson and McFarlane took over. Now, as a kid, when I was reading that, I'd be like, "Is this the way women dress? That's awesome."
Maybe as I was just so tired of getting turned on by her. That
whoa, hey, dude, what? No, it's the morning stream. Here,
look at it.
Now, go ahead and read the students of the week.
No, actually, I don't have any this week because we're going to New York Comic Con and everything with your dad. I didn't get the list, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just skip a week because we'll be in New York Comic Con.
Yes,
this week.
Sexism. That's
what do you mean? Did you just hear what it said for you? You said this probably before I said.
She only hears
I want to
what
read
she
the
wants
stories.
to.
Stop distracting me with MJ sexiness. Did I miss Omar announcing that Ravish 2099?
That's a trap.
Oh,
that's
okay.
Bait. That's bait. Mexican was easy though. Nothing beats.
What about the '90s Batgirl craze?
Oh yeah, they knew their target audience, right? There was a reason why. I worked at a comic book store. I'm sure some of you here in the chat worked at a comic book store. Dude, the entire time I worked at the comic book store for 4 years, I think I saw, seriously, like maybe 5 women come in there. And I'm just talking about, there were moms, there were girlfriends, there were sisters, but 5 women on their own coming to get comics. And one of them actually had a subscription. 5. Of course, I live in Central Kentucky. We don't represent the entire country. But they knew their target audience at the time. And that things have changed, just like everything else changes, right? Because you want to make it. Oh, gosh! Top 3 image titles. This is hard.
Oh, man, I have to look at the bookshop. I don't remember what Image publishes.
That's tough.
I could get up and look.
How about underrated titles? Luther Strode, Glory, and what's another title that not a lot of people talk about? Birthright, which is coming out at the end of this month, man. Yeah. Yep. Nope. You need to be quiet. You can't joke like that anymore.
Any of those titles.
You don't?
No.
Right.
Maybe if I saw it, I would recommend it. In the spirit of Halloween, Tiger Eyes, Mount Rushmore of Halloween candy. I like candy corn.
Ugh.
And Crunch Bars, those are the best of Nestle.
Oh, I love Crunch Bars, though. I'll give you that.
And
you're like the toothbrush lady. Like toothbrushes, broccoli sticks.
No, this year I'm all into rice crackers.
Yo, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something about this woman. You come to my house as a kid, she's the type of lady when we're giving out candy, she's like, one for you. One for you and one for you. And I'm like, man, when I was a kid, I would have egged your house if you gave me one piece of candy. Because most of the time, it's like, you kids go in and I grab it. Like, that's the way I am. Grab what you want. Melanie's like, here's a Jolly Rancher for, wait, that's 2 Jolly Ranchers. That one's stuck on. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? These are kids. You're supposed to give candy out.
You know what? As a teacher, actually, I'm very generous. Twice this week, two students commented about how great my prize box was. I got legit good things in my prize box.
Good. You take it out on the Halloweeners that are out here.
Postcards, and I give candy. And
I was a kid, I would have egged this house so many times, and your car. Maybe even slash your
many
tires.
journals to my creative writing class.
I would go with Crunch Bar. I like that. I like.
What about 100
Snickers?
grams?
No,
Snickers. No, I don't like Snickers.
Oh, I love Snickers. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, and what's another good one? This is a great question.
Yeah, you guys in the chat. What are
when
you?
I was young, the cigarette candy.
Yeah. Oh, I like cigarette candy.
Because you can sit there and pretend like you're smoking, even though you're not.
Good. Kit Kat.
Yes, thank you.
That's Tiger Eyes. That's what he steals
Actually,
from
that's
his
it.
kids.
I do steal that from my children.
Kit Kat.
I do. Candy corn is like eating wax.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It tastes good.
No, it's like eating wax. I just picked up Mike Mignola's The Doom That Came to Gotham. Yes, it is excellent. I'm so glad it was reprinted too.
I want to complete Invincible comics, but getting confused of what to buy, companion wise or Ultimate Edition wise or New Edition volumes. What's the difference between them?
The compendiums, you only need 3 of them. They're standard size, so they're the size of trade paperbacks. The Ultimate Editions, those are the like deluxe editions. There is 12 of those. So as far as like getting the most bang for your buck, compendiums are cheaper. They are paperback. Although now you can get hardcovers of them. They're a little more expensive, but you only need 3 of them. But deluxe editions are oversized.
Only 3 weeks to go on the Edelweiss catalog. And so we've caught up with all the announced Epic collections. Are more announcements coming soon?
Oh, I've asked Marvel, and they don't. I don't. Well, I was told they weren't in a rush so far because they got until March, I think. But they're going to try to get some stuff out to me. I'll go find David at New York Comic Con, go to his house, and be like, "Hey, man, where's my list at, sir?"
Somebody said, how many houses you egged?
Oh, dude, I egged a lot. I was a bad kid.
I was a bad
kid. Yeah, I was a bad kid, dude. I deserved every little bit of community service I got, and probably I should have gotten more, honestly. Yeah.
Bar, I get because Beastlass sent some European, British chocolate. I thought it was delicious.
Ain't nobody asking for piss at me, man.
It fell out her shoe, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Gee, ain't nobody coming to my house asking for, you got any PSEC Z-Mans in there from Israel? No.
I would be interested in trying.
If I had that, if I found a house that had that, I'd be like, I mean, there's razor blades in there. Because I don't know that candy. It feels like it's made up. For Halloween, I'd like to see someone make a dirt cake and then stick a bunch of those sugar skeletons that came in a plastic casket and Milano cookie tombs. Oh, that's
like Pinterest worthy. New Spooky channel.
Is that still a thing?
Yes.
Oh. If Marvel gave you all a choice to pick a new Warriors member for, oh god,
what would you pick, baby?
You're gonna make me cry. Well, Nova already has his run, right? Oh, this is tough because we're getting a Nova and Night Thrasher. Who is Omni-Word? Firestar? I love Fire or Justice. Because then you would have to get like major victory issues when he was part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, because you know that's who he becomes. You would get Marvel Boy issues from the Marvel team up with the Thing when he was his buddy. Yeah, there's just so many good stories. That's a great question.
Hindsight, lad.
No one ever answered that. Shut up, John. No one likes penance. And I'm not talking about the Generation X penance. That stupid penance era.
Good morning.
Murph, what's up, buddy?
Palace Celestials.
You changed your avatar to Sabretooth.
Last week it was the case. Any chance of classic X-Men Omni reprints? Also, a reminder of bookmarks for reading multiple Omnis and OHCs at the same time, reading orders. You know, I need a bookmark just to keep a track of what books I'm reading.
I need a
because I
bookmark
read multiples at the same time.
to keep track of what suggestions you wonderful people have. A suggestion
So
bookmark.
meta. Go as meta as you can with it.
Thank you. It's about trying to find the time to do it, honestly. And I will do it. It's just I think I mentioned it before. Part of the thing that makes it difficult is whenever you sell something, you know, you can't, because I've done a lot of bad things in my past, so I want to make sure I do everything by the book. So I can't like use images that belong like IP, right? That belongs to Marvel or DC and things like that. I would have to find a way to do a creative reading order that isn't just text. Because if you're reading something, the last thing you want is a bookmark with just words, right? Am I the only one? I want like an image, even if it's just my
like
face.
at least a graphic design.
Even if it's just my face with glasses, like
you need a monocle. Yes, that would be cute. That would be cute.
What's going on with Catwoman?
I
know she's harmless there, but she deserves an omnibus of her new run. Oh, you like her new run?
Who do you think is in the picture right there? Like just glancing at it. I thought it was Disgaea. I was like, what?
It looks like 3 anime chicks.
Yeah,
but
what's her name from Disgaea? You know what I'm talking about?
Etna.
I thought you had Etna on your picture. Let's see. It is time to talk about that one place. BD Cosmos.
You need to do that again.
Awesome place. BD Cosmos.
You need to do that again. Because if I were him, I'd be like,
I'm sorry.
Not today, Melanie. Not today. This part of the episode is brought to you by BD Cosmos, the Canadian leader in graphic novels. Also the only place where you can get the Extremity, which is behind that abomination right now, hardcover. This is a limited print run. And once they're gone, they're gone. So I don't know how many they printed, but this is only available in Canada through BD Cosmos. And they have wonderful customer service, 25% off your order of 99 Canadian dollars or more, free shipping everywhere in Canada for every order over 200 Canadian dollars or more. And if you let them know Near Me Condition sent you their way, you'll be added to the monthly $25 gift card raffle. Entries are valid for new and returning customers, and that's
BD Cosmos. With rewards and raffles taking care of customers in Canada. Here, I'm gonna put
Penance is dope. You don't like all that spikes? No. I like my spikes in an Iron Maiden. I don't like it on an edgy dude that's sad and. Did you not hear me that I said those were limited edition?
Dude, it's all good. You can trust the IKEA brand.
Do you guys follow the Marvel TV shows on Disney Plus? Oh, absolutely. Amanda and I review them every Tuesday. Well, not every Tuesday when they do come out. Yeah, I follow every MCU. I'm a comic book fan, so I have to. I don't have to like every one of them, though. Woo, there's some bad ones. Agatha has actually been fun. It surprised me. I thought it was going to be another show that I was like, oh, gosh, this is going to be awful. But it's been fun.
No Speedball?
No Speedball. Because then you would have to add the stupid penance era. Are you guys enjoy? I'm loving the Penguin. Loving the Penguin. It's so good.
James, this is a good question. I'm going to say, let's go ahead and keep it for what was voted. And apologies.
What's going on? Oh, the
same
day.
The same time as the
I'm sorry,
the live stream. But I think that it would just be best just to leave it when it is, which is when Thursday, 7 p.m. on a day. Here, can you get it? Question while I'm looking.
Yeah.
So,
all big books should have a ribbon bookmark.
Thursday the
I love that idea.
Isn't it?
Good morning, Uncanny Omar and Astonishing Melanie. Hope you had a great week. Anyway, Omar and Melanie, what's your favorite Wonder Woman and Titan story? Oh gosh, there's so many good ones.
Wonder Woman Dead Earth.
That's a good answer.
Daniel Warren Johnson.
I like the Gordian story where she's blind.
Which we read for a book club. That's why.
Where she purposely blinds herself to fight the Gorgon. How awesome is that? What an awesome character. But the beginning of George Perez's run is solid too. And then Titan's story, Judas Contract. Judas Contract blew my mind, dude. Is Chip taking you out to dinner?
No.
He better be buying. That ain't even his real name.
Yeah,
that dude's catfishing. Iron Maiden, baby. That's right.
Wear Speedball or Alf.
Alf in a Speedball costume is probably the worst thing.
Any comics that give vibes like the Penguin Show?
There's a new Penguin comic that was done by Tom King. Actually, does give me vibes like that. But read any of Ed Brubaker's Criminal or anything like that. You'll get a sense of like, ooh, these are bad people. Oh, but I enjoy reading about these bad people and sometimes cheering for these bad people. What's wrong with me? Kind of like it's the same formula that The Sopranos use, right? And then later on, Breaking Bad. It's like you're cheering for the bad guy. They're doing horrible, horrible things, but you find yourself going, oh, I hope they don't get caught. What am I saying? Your gallery edition video should have mentioned Marvel Swimsuit Special Collected Edition on it. Any chance of a collection of that? Oh, I wish. How did I? Oh, because I was thinking there would be like a total of 10 of those if they come out.
Thank you for the super chat. And no, who was it? You or Tommy? What? Super Shredder from Secret Reviews?
Yeah, my brother. That's his. That's okay, like I think that was his awakening. That was his gay awakening. What Super Shredder?
Mine was MJ McFarlane's run.
Okay, I have so many questions after the chat.
No, actually,
okay.
Would it be Jessica Rabbit?
Where are we going with this? I was kidding. Speedball sucked. When he came out, I thought he would look cool. It was only later revisiting Civil War when I realized, okay, you earn yourself a no prize, King Sport Cal.
Josh is saying, Reels Talk horror movie review for October. I'm thinking The Substance, The Blob, The Thing, The Fly. Look at all, it's all the. We saw Terrifier 3 last night.
We did, yeah.
Amanda didn't see it though because she said it would scare her too much.
I love my cousin so much. It's her idea to go to see a movie, and I'm like, all right, we'll choose. She's like, well, let's do Terrifier. And she got so scared before the stupid movie that she texted me, like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I'm like, all right.
But then when Tommy said that about kids dying, I was like, oh no, I don't. Nope.
It's not for everybody.
But then I was like, oh, if it's teenagers and it doesn't really show for the kids, then I'm fine.
Like it's not even a good movie. That's the thing. I mean, how am I going to review this?
No, but it actually had a story that I wasn't
more so than one.
Only 3 times that I closed my eyes because I got bored during the story part. But otherwise, I thought it was pretty decent.
I liked Wild Robot. I thought it was excellent.
Yeah. Substance is amazing. See, and that's what
that was the other one, but I couldn't leave town, and I'm glad I didn't because
yeah, that's true.
I had to come home and take my dad I had to call the ambulance to come pick him up because I couldn't pick I can pick my dad up, but I can't carry him to my car. And that's when I realized I need to call an ambulance. And so I'm glad we didn't go out of town to watch a movie. I'm glad we stayed in town and I was able to help him out. Very excited about the Green Lantern. Oh, yes, dude. I am all about Kyle. I love that actor ever since Friday Night Lights. I think he's a wonderful actor.
Oh, that's why you're quoting that.
He's Hal Jordan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then what's the gentleman's name? Adrian? I can't remember the gentleman's name that was in that Rebel Ridge movie. He's now, which I think is perfect, honestly. He's cast as Jon Stewart. And Jon Stewart actually put a tweet out there going, congratulations to I can't remember the actor's name. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. I can't remember what he said. It was hilarious. Like it's gonna be hard to capture my 3 different facial expressions or something like that.
See, and I love Jon Stewart. He reminds me of Chip Zdarsky.
I hope you're watching, Chip, and you're proud of yourself.
Oh man. Okay. Good
hey,
morning.
Kane, how you doing, buddy?
I just got home from yard selling. I picked up a Batgirl and She-Hulk pop. Oh, how fun!
I miss yard selling. That's the one. Okay, that's one of the few things on Saturdays that I miss. Is like, oh man, I got to do a Saturday stream.
We havenent.
I love yard selling. Love. We used to have geek yard sales. We used to have geek yard sales before I started the channel. To get rid of things that I didn't want anymore. And I had a following of kids. Remember, they were like, "You're the guy that had the yard sale a few years ago." I remember this house, and I took them to my basement. And you're like, bringing strange kids to our basement, and I'm like, yeah, they seem harmless though. Nightmare Before Christmas, My Hero Academia, Look Back, Scary Girl, Piece by Piece, Transformers, Wild Robot, animated on the big screen today.
Oh, wow.
It's coming back. If all big books had the covers of the comics it contains printed on the back, it would be easier to follow, but they don't, right? They mostly do it for the on like chronological order stuff, like Wolverine and X-Men, of course.
Is it like Direct Market that sometimes has the pictures of all the issues on the back?
No.
Or is it
the back is usually the same. There's few instances where the back cover and the front cover are different on Omnis, but most of the time it's just the cover, and nowadays it's the spine that are different. The back cover is usually the same.
And a lot of them have.
But if you look at like House of M or any of the like modern era stuff, they don't really have all the covers.
Oh.
So it depends.
Super Laugh Hard was disappointed in Terrifier. You know what? It made Tommy laugh twice.
I laughed.
I laughed a couple of times because it's so over the top.
Well, it's just so over the top. Yeah, exactly.
And John, I'll have you know, I had
Oh
a creative
my
writing
gosh.
student write a Sonic the Hedgehog story. I was like, go for it, and I'll actually understand what you're talking about.
You haven't seen my wife play Sonic. You'd hate Sonic too if you watch her play Sonic the Hedgehog. She doesn't understand.
We will escape.
Okay, Sonic Adventure I'll give her, but 2D Sonic,
No,
she
I'm
doesn't
so bad at
understand.
that. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad.
She doesn't understand.
bad.
You know the she's the opposite of Maverick. Like, I feel the need to slow down would be her quote. She doesn't understand the way Sonic is supposed to be played. No, she's like, I gotta slow down. He's going too fast. What?
I'm more excited for the upcoming Absolute Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman offshoots. The pitch the writer gave got me interested.
Yeah, they're all gonna be great, man. Omar hates America.
Spikes and
and
John.
Josh.
What?
One of those is true. One of those is true. Yo, bruh, you going to Ball TF Con? Oh, dude, I want to so bad. But I don't know. I don't think we're gonna make it. I was gonna take my daughters to go to TF Con. I think we're trying to go to MagFest early next year, which is also in that area.
Yeah.
But I will let you know for sure. I'm trying. It's just like,
Babar.
well, Yom Kippur is officially out. The fasting is over. I'm gonna eat dinner now.
Yay!
See you all.
Go eat something good.
Gotta go
eat
slow.
The chocolate. Gotta go slow.
That's her.
Gotta go
That
slow.
would be Melanie's
Gotta
quote.
go slow. We're slow. We're slow.
I don't. Yeah, she don't understand it. You're supposed to go fast. There were Marvel swimsuit specials from 91 and 95, so 5 in total. DC is doing their own versions. Marvel should go back doing that, don't you think? Oh, well, yeah, of course I do. And honestly, it's equal opportunity, right? Like, there's a picture of Psylocke, MJ, and Storm that are embedded in my head. But also Tony Stark by John Romita Jr. with those really tight Speedos, like almost poking Nick Fury's other eye out. I think it was Nick Fury that was sitting down beside him. I was like, that's never going to leave my head. Like,
What?
It's the
What
swimsuit.
did you just say? Because I was also reading comments.
I'll tell you.
What was going to poke his eye out?
I'll show you later. No, I can't say what was going to poke his eye out.
Okay, so I did
was
hear
wearing
correctly.
Speedos.
Okay, I did hear correctly. He's going to poke his eye out.
Poor Nick Fury.
Ah.
Bad. That's bad judgment on his part. He shouldn't have said that close to Tony Stark's.
Logan's excited for the next Evergreen stream. Missing the chaos.
Oh yes, that comes back. Let me look at my calendar. We
At the same time, right? Thursday.
yeah,
7
unfortunately,
PM
it's the same
Eastern
time as Melanie's book show, and I love joining that because I love talking to you all. That's on the 17th. No, the 24th. The 24th.
I see.
Where do you review Marvel TV shows? Every Wednesday. Every
It's
Wednesday.
Reels Talk.
Yeah, it's our segment is called Reels Talk. Every Wednesday, it's live at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're not doing one this Wednesday because I'll be at New York Comic Con.
And thank you for the super chat. Is the Avengers X-Men Omni? Let me find. Oh, sorry. I'll use Wolverine again. Is the Avengers versus X-Men Omnibus worth the purchase? Thanks. Whoa, you got stuck.
No,
You got stuck.
I'm not a fan of that story, but I know a lot of people are. So it's got beautiful artwork. It feels like there are segments in there that are like a fighting game. And I will say not every story is bad. The main event itself, it made no sense to me. It's such a weird retcon. But the like Avengers Academy story and the X-Men Legacy stories, solid. So some of it was good. Wait, what happened? Omar, what are you laughing about? Why are people saying? Why are people saying, Omar, this is a Saturday stream?
Oh, like you don't know.
Did I say something wrong?
Because you're talking about the Speedo, that was it.
Oh.
Yeah. Just picked up the new Tank Chair manga. I don't know what that
Okay,
is.
Tank Chair sounds awesome. Can we expect an overview for Spawn Compendium Volume 6? Did I not do one?
Can't find any.
Oh, you mean the thick shoot. Yeah, let me see if I can get it. Do I like Agatha All Along? I think it's better than what I thought it was going to be. I haven't seen the last
singing.
episode.
I hear singing when you watch it.
Yeah, there's one song they keep playing over.
But are the characters singing themselves?
Yeah, I did like those outfits those ladies were wearing in the fourth episode. I haven't seen the
Any-
new episode yet.
Any news on VP Omnis?
Outside of Reggie Hudlin's Omni, no, nothing new yet.
And Tigers will say it for you. A
AVX.
versus X. AVX is not good.
AVX actually isn't bad. AVX, if you like fighting games, like video games, it's actually fun. Avengers versus X-Men.
What about Squirrel Girl and Pixie in AVX? It's a
Yeah,
Saturday
sure.
morning
I'll
fan
take.
thing.
Yeah, it was fun. Seriously.
Do you know if the complete Haro County is as big as the library edition?
Yes.
It's really nice.
So it's huge.
Really nice.
And the box that it comes in, it looks like a crate. You know, like I don't want to give away who sleeps in the crate.
Both.
Oh, manga versus comics.
Both.
Who's winning? Wolverine or
Each.
Guts?
Oh, stop. You can't do that.
I can't do that.
You can't do that.
Okay.
Wait, finish your thought.
It's a crate. Looks cool. I really like the design.
You were done. Okay.
Rereading Bleach, and it's so much better than I remember. I love Bleach. Absolutely love Bleach. But go back to Masoon's comment right here for a second.
Okay.
The problem with manga, you know, when people are like, oh, manga's better than American comics. I see this argument all the time. This is when people realize, oh, okay, sometimes manga is better than American comics.
I think it just depends on
What
the
happened to Tai Kubo, because of the popularity of Bleach, he was forced to keep writing the stories. Dude, by the time you get to the third act of Bleach, the manga, there's no backgrounds. Like, he's done. His soul and heart have left. He did not want to do that stupid last story with the Quincy's. He was done, dude.
Yeah,
and you can tell
like,
when you're reading that manga, it's like, what? This doesn't make any sense. He already stated that this character is more powerful than this character. How do the Quincy's now are big? Like, dude, like, it's heartbreaking to see a mangaka forced into writing and drawing something that they have no heart in it.
Like that the story was done.
You know, say what you will about American comics. When somebody gets tired and they want to leave, cool, bye. We'll replace you with someone else.
I know it started as an anime. I don't have the manga, but Cowboy Bebop, they offered for him who made it to continue, and he said nope.
Oh yeah, they Cartoon Network offered him oh my gosh, at the time it was like $1 million to come back and do a Cowboy Bebop 2, and he was like, nope.
Thank you, DBZ All Star. Thank you.
Yeah,
you're so sweet.
So it's really case by case. I love this argument though of like comics better than manga. I think it's a case by case thing.
Here, John, just a second.
Manga are comics. That's the trick.
Yeah, I like both of them. So John is asking, thank you for the super chat. Top 5 Iron Man villains, not counting the Speedo. There we go.
Madam Mask.
I don't have an Iron Man.
All right, Madam Mask, Titanium Man, Ironmonger. This is all stereotypical. I actually like Whirlwind. I like Kang. And, you know, I would be like, oh, a bottle of whiskey. I'm not going to do that, though. I just did, though. I'll take it back.
Oh, no. Panels and pieces. I can't even name 5 Iron Man.
I'm trying to think. I mean, Whiplash would be another one. But I like Whirlwind. What's his name? The guy in the Extremist storyline. Or no, Fraction storyline. Ironmonger's son. I like that character, too. Final answer.
That's true. They did make the movie, which is fine. It was like another
but the movie wasn't a sequel.
Yeah,
they wanted him to do a sequel.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of Mandarin or Fing Fang Foom. I know people probably like, why didn't you add them in there?
Oh yeah, I haven't even watched Furikuri. Yeah, like
Furikuri to us is like one, and that's it. And it is what happens when something gets so popular, right? It's like you want to keep bringing things out because it's making money. So why, as a company, would you not? Who's behind us? Ryan's behind us?
Ernest?
Oh, behind you. No, Ryan's behind us.
Ryan?
What would you do?
Wait. Oh, here it is.
Oh, guys. Omar, what is that black and white Omni behind you?
Behind you.
That's the Hush Omnibus. That one right there? Yeah. Batman Hush Omnibus. Hey, Cesar, ¿cómo estás? Oh, I don't know why I just assume you speak Spanish. That was racist.
No, it's not.
Sorry about that, Cesar.
Drawing comics and writing them are both draining. I enjoy doing it, but oh my, it's so draining. But luckily, the support from people keeps us going. Yeah. You can't like just be on your own doing it. Crimson Dynamo. Is this a villain?
Yeah, I actually like that character too, but it's tough. I think 5. I think those are my 5 though.
Dr. Doom is the hero, while Iron Man.
Oh yeah. If you read those stories, especially the second time they did it,
Yeah, Tommy loves the dan.
Yeah, my brother
Saves
loves
Dan.
Dan.
This is a positive, honest channel. I don't know if I'm gonna finish Full Metal Alchemist.
What? Dude, Full Metal Alchemist is good.
I'm on, so I just finished volume 8 this morning. I'm just getting it's kind of slow. And I don't really like have that much connection with any of the characters.
Oh,
I want to like it. I don't know if I'm gonna finish
it's not one of my favorite manga, but that sucks that you don't.
But I got volume 9 upstairs, so maybe I'll go until the end of volume 9.
But the thing is, here's the thing, people like, and this is
hello,
just
MK fans, say it.
And this is just marital advice, right? Your wife or husband is not going to enjoy everything you like. So you just keep pushing it on them until they do, or you kick them out the house.
Starman?
You leave Starman alone. Starman is a masterpiece. You're a monster for not liking Starman.
I see. Objectively, it is a good story.
Objectively, this conversation's over.
Gluttony did something at the very end of volume 8 against Roy Mustang.
Oh, that's where you're at.
Yeah.
Hey, Martin, how are you, buddy?
I'm trying to say it so that's not like a spoiler.
So
yes,
Omar,
you too, Omar. Heck yeah. Yeah, so you like Half.
That's not what I said.
Right. So you like they might be giants one day. And no, Michael, do you not have a mistress who does?
Oh, you can have a mistress that likes They Might Be Giants.
Like it.
I'd be okay with that. She looked like MJ, Big Booty MJ from Eric Larson's Run. I love FMA.
Aww.
I couldn't stop reading it. Hopefully you'll give it a try someday. Well,
yeah.
You're halfway done. You might as well write it out.
Oh, so the anime's got like the music, and that really does. Music really.
And it's.
Let me tell you, in film studies yesterday, we watched the end of Creed, and I cried 3 times. The 3rd time, legit, a tear fell. So I got a tear up tally chart on my wall, and I kept putting little tick marks on it. And the 3rd one, I was like, I'm gonna cry now when he says.
Oh, when he said, "What are you trying to prove?"
That I'm not a mistake. Oh,
yeah, that was a good line.
I don't even agree with boxing, and it's like an anime. It's like willpower,
you do martial arts,
but we don't compete. I don't want to physically hurt somebody.
What if somebody comes to your dojo and they're like, "I'm here to take over your dojo. I heard you don't compete." Would you defend it?
You don't. There's nothing.
How would you defend it though? Your dojo?
You just say no. I mean, if the person threw a punch, then I block it. Yes.
Oh, and then you're competing for the dojo.
No, I'm not. It's not like, oh, I can't stand you.
Wow, that escalated quickly. Just finished Cowboy Bebop. Can't believe it took me so long to watch that masterpiece. Mm-hmm. Martin, I assume you're not talking about the Netflix series. I have the exact same reaction when Pee Wee realizes it's like.
You said what's your top 10 movies, and I said Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Now Creed's like in my top 20. I don't know. The first half is just slow, and then I'm like, oh, the music.
The payoff.
Oh, that's what I know. Sorry. So to explain why I talked about Creed, the music, that montage when he's training and all the people on their bikes are. I mean, I'm like, oh my gosh, the music, and that made me cry.
Have you heard?
Oh, please leave.
Have you heard I Am the Tiger?
And that's why I also wanted to watch Karate Kid, because the music is so good.
Oh yeah, and that's Bill
makes you cry.
Conti on Karate Kid.
It's not so like good. In Starman Grounds for Divorce.
Yeah, it's not there yet.
Wife doesn't like all the gross smutty comics I read, like Gilbert Hernandez's
Blubber or Johnny Rides. Freeze a Bit is so.
We all have our faults, and he takes that in any marriage.
That's better marriage advice than what I said. You force them to like it. I want Hush so bad in the Batman Adventures Omni. If I had to choose between 2, Ryan, Batman Adventures Omnibus, brother, it is so good.
You know, years ago when I reread Hush,
Jack Knight is the man, brother.
I mean, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, but
when you read what?
It wasn't as great as stories I remember. Or am I thinking The Long Halloween? No, I think Hush.
Long Halloween had Tim Sell's artwork. Hush had Jim Lee's.
Yeah, it was Hush that I read. And I totally agree. I think it's good enough that I could see it as good.
Omar loves Hush, so that's quite an endorsement.
Oh gosh,
I like Hush Returns. The Netflix Cowboy Bebop was not good. You know what was? The comic and prequel prose. Oh yeah, the comics were fun. The Star. What was it called? Shooting Star.
Prose? Yeah,
I didn't know. I've never read the prose. Never read the prose.
Hellbound. Have you read Hellbound?
Well, it's comic shop time. So if you live in the EU,
no, you know what? You interrupt me all the time. Have you read
It's our
Hellbound?
sponsor.
Have you read Hellbound?
No, quit yelling
Thank
at
you,
me. I'm
because you didn't answer. And Master Bobby has asked this 10 times, so let's do this, and then we'll get to Walt. What's your favorite graphic novel of all time?
the one you can buy at Walt's Comic Shop. I'm kidding. That's a tough one. And God Loves Man Kills.
I can't pick one.
X-Men God Loves Man
So there's
Kills.
because you know what? Because there's so many good ones. Of the week, I totally have a favorite. Because there's so many good
Wait
ones.
a minute, is that Roger Stern in my chat? Will Payton over Jack Knight as Starman? No, come on, Uncle Raj. You ain't fooling anybody. All right.
Wait, Walt's coming.
If you're interested in purchasing any of the big books, especially the exclusive Extremity hardcover, near mint condition, that's ours. That's our first exclusive one. Check out Walt's Comic Shop. They're based out of Berlin, Germany, and they have flat shipping rates for €12 for all EU countries. So that is in within the EU. I want to make sure that I get that right. But they are having a free shipping experiment. If your cart totals 150 EUs, is that what it is? EUs?
Euros.
I suck at this. In stock items only. No pre-orders for now. You get free shipping across the EU and the UK. For Germany, the threshold is €75. So keep that in mind. And it's all the month of October. So you got through October to enjoy that free shipping over there. And they have books of the month, which are in the description of the video if you want to check those out. And tell them Near Mint Condition sent you their way. At the checkout, you get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order of over €40 or more. And that's...
I'm yawning.
Oh.
Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnibus and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting, ting, ting. I'm excited for New York Comic Con, guys. I got to make my list of what to get signed. Like that, right? But I don't want to carry around Omnis. Like, Fabian Nicieza, what do I get him to sign? I could do a single issue of Cable this year.
If you help me
But
dig out my New Mutants, I got New Mutants 98 and well, he can't sign 87, but Liefeld's going to be there.
Cool.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, yeah, of course it would be cool to meet him, but I'm not gonna.
You can get my New Mutants 98 and 87 signed by Liefeld. Hey man, I'm done with you. What'd you think of the story quality of Flash Thompson in the Savage 6 Space Knight era compared to the first half? I love the first half because it was nice. That Venom era, the Agent Venom, not Venomnibus, one day. But I really, really like the Space Knight because I didn't realize how much I hadn't read of that era, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Oh man. But I think I still prefer the beginning, right? The middle part, the Cullen Bunn stuff, there's nothing wrong with the Cullen Bunn stuff on Earth. It was okay. But the Space Knight stuff, I was like, whoa, this is so ridiculous. I'm enjoying every bit of it.
Jazz hands. I love jazz
Take
hands.
note, Marvel. Omar
Reminds
needs to have
me-
his own variant omnibus. Oh man,
High
that would be
school.
awesome. It would be something.
Send
It would be
to-
something on like
Thank you.
the Firestar omnibus, or no, it would be something that David does on purpose. You can have ultimatum omnibus. You can have the variant on the ultimatum omnibus. I'm like, I don't even like that story. Oh sure, X-Men. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Can have a space dragon, Lockheed. Like you need to
All
tell this
good.
fake X-Men
And
fan
Omar
what
looks
his name
down
is.
on Iron Man. Having Fing Fang Foom.
Lockheed is small. I can take that. I can't take a dragon that wears underpants seriously, unless it's in next wave. That was funny.
Oh yeah, that was.
And Lockheed is cute and little and like a pet, but also a friend to Kitty Pryde. I'm banning myself from buying any more comics for the rest of the year. Because
Pales of Pete has over 215 books.
go and read. Not right now, after the stream. How's the Doug Bench Paul Galacci run of Master Kung Fu? Just picked up one of the epics for cheap, and I'm waiting for it to be delivered. I think Paul Galacci's artwork is phenomenal in there. If you like that martial arts era of the 70s, it's a lot of fun. I love the Deadly Hands a little more, the black and white ones. Those, because they weren't following the comics code, so they can get away with a little more violence. And the fighting sequences are great.
Okay.
I read that Dazzler Omni is supposed to include her complete 80s run. Do you know why it doesn't include Marvel Team Up 108 and 109, which features Spider-Man, Dazzler, and Paladin? Probably because it was already big. It was a big omnibus. And adding 2 more issues wouldn't be much, but And maybe it wasn't brought to their attention at the time. That's probably why. If it wasn't in the Masterworks, more than likely they didn't include it in the omnibus.
Kane's bringing the dust jackets. That's a good idea, but then I'm afraid I'm gonna like.
Well, we have a flight
them,
though.
Bend them and jack it up. Dan Moore, yeah, I gotta pick what to have Dan Moore sign.
Super
I don't
sexy
think
claws.
I have anything single issue, but that he could sign.
Well, you can buy things up there too.
I gotta make a list, check it twice.
Let's go to a comic book store tomorrow instead.
Shh, don't let Tommy hear.
He's not watching.
My
brother doesn't watch my show.
If I'm reading Spider-Man via Omnis, do I miss a lot of content between Black Costume Saga and the Michelini McFarlane Omni?
You miss
Earth's Geomancer?
You miss like Kraven's Last Hunt. You miss a little bit of the Hobgoblin storyline. Not a ton. And honestly, it's comics, right? So to me, when I was a kid reading comics, I'd miss a lot of the content because I couldn't afford those issues. So, this is a really good question.
Bradley's saying thank you for all the comics. Started reading Grimm's. Grimm.
I really like that one.
Omar, what are your honest thoughts on Gods? Oh, yeah, I was going to pick it.
I read it this week. It was the second most disappointing I've ever been. Oh, really?
What was your first?
Yeah, I'm curious what your first was. And it's, ironically, it's like his take on Gaiman's Gods, right?
Nicholas.
Because if you look at what he was doing with Gods and what Neil Gaiman did on Sandman, it's very similar. It's exploring this other realm of Marvel. I actually liked it, but there's no payoff, right? Because there is no ending. But I like what he was doing, and I wish they would continue it because I wanted to know more about this group of characters that have existed outside of the realm. Because, no matter what, that trope has been used in comics before. Oh, you didn't know about the Deviants? Oh, you didn't know about the Eternals? Oh, you didn't know that Quanon was... No, that's a bad comparison. But I like when it's a retcon like that. Like, that makes sense that these characters have existed outside of the realm. So I hope they continue it. I actually enjoyed it, but I wish there was a payoff. Man, what's up, dude? I haven't got it yet, man. They could do an AU one shot of Alf gaining the power of the Phoenix Force for you. I hate that idea so much. MP.
I have not looked. That's so busy. I haven't even read that much this week.
Probably.
I've only read manga. I haven't read a comic this week.
We're doing
anyway. I haven't looked yet at the panels. I just signed up for. Have you signed up for the game? Like, I'm a rat.
What?
It's rats versus cats, and there's supposed to be games that you play at the con to earn points, and then you get a chance to win something. I don't know. It seemed a little complicated.
We ain't got time for games. We gotta go, baby.
Probably. I'm a rat.
Oh, you are a snitch. If I get pulled over by the police, the last thing I want is you going, oh, actually.
No golf clubs. We ain't got time for that. We got time for Van Gogh Starry Night is what we got time for.
I will say that.
And creators. That's what I'm most excited for, Josh. Yeah.
I'm excited to see people that I work with.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, actually, that's right.
We've been invited to a couple of private events. That's really, really cool and very humbling. I'm excited to see people that, I've talked to in EMET and have interviewed, and people are really sweet, man. Especially like when you get together, it's wonderful. Josh knows because he goes to Heroes Con every year, and we're going to do that next year again. We want to go back to Heroes Con.
I do. It's really fun.
But it's amazing to just be surrounded by a group of people that appreciate their fans, and also, you'll have movie stars here and there that are like, yeah, all right, next. But then these people that make these books really appreciate everything you do, supporting them and stuff.
Finally meeting the secret council.
Who's the secret council? Chip Zdarsky. Chip's real name.
The actual Alf.
That's the secret council. What? Dorks?
Like a real life Alf. That Alf watch. Can you reach it? No, not.
You want me to reach Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 5? Coming out in November. Look at Doom. Yes, making it on the spot. This is the direct market cover, by the way.
He answered your question a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I did. If you want to go back just a little bit, it's because it wasn't in the Masterworks. That's usually what the answer is.
Oh man, it's gonna be so much fun. Go meet Crom. He's at Mighty Jags each afternoon.
Oh, I love that dude's work, man. You didn't like Watchmen.
Watchmen.
Heard
okay.
Everyone talk about how great it was for years. Then I read it, and it was the worst thing I've ever read. But that's just my opinion. I'm glad other people enjoy it. And I love that attitude. I think that's what happens over time. You know, everybody has a favorite book, right? And it's okay to like the same thing everybody does. And it's okay not to like something or not get why something is so good. I think if you look at the number of people that love Ultimate Spider-Man is like beloved everywhere. But I'm not a fan at all. Like, I don't get it. I don't get the love of Ultimate Spider-Man. I can flip through it and I'm like, what is there in here that people love? But I also love and respect everybody that enjoys those stories. It's a comic book, so it makes sense that you know, some people like it, some people don't.
Carlos is asking if we get royalties, and we don't from the Extremity near mint condition.
No, that is an excellent question. No, we don't. Because
it's for
my retailers are the ones that are taking more of a gamble because they have to pay more because it's limited for this book.
I mean, isn't that cool? It's all three united. It's not limited to just one retailer. Walt's Comic Shop, Cheap Graphic Novels, and BD Cosmos. If you live in Europe, this would probably be cheaper.
EU.
Well, but in general, wouldn't the shipping be cheaper? You wouldn't have to go overseas. I don't know. Anywho, Cheap Graphic Novels for America and BD Cosmos for Canada.
I don't know what kind of thing I was saying. But, yeah. So what they did do though, this was really sweet. They sent us 8 copies of the books. So, you know, I'll probably hold a couple back for my for some kind of giveaway. And then a couple of them will go to like some of my, you know, friends that have helped out on the channel for years. So absolutely.
Adam, how are you doing? Omar and Melanie, have you all read Absolute Power yet? Haven't. Wait,
which one's Absolute Power? Is that the one?
I bought a couple of single issues a couple of months ago. Is Absolute Power? No, I think it was like the pre Absolute Power something. What's her name? Amanda Connors? No, it's not Amanda.
Wallard?
Wallard. Isn't that Terminator? Amanda Connors.
Amanda Connors is a comic book creator.
Oh yeah. No. Okay. Anyway.
Are you talking about Sarah Connor?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
What are you drinking?
Waller. I'm drinking water and coffee.
Well, you sure it's water?
It was like her behind the scenes stuff. That's all I've read.
Oh, we go to Heroes Con, but Josh Greathouse is there. He is there. Greetings from Raleigh, North Carolina. You ever go to Acme Comics? One of my good friends owns that place. Wait, which one? New or old Ultimate? Old. I like the new one.
Oh yeah. You know what? Nowadays we do have to make that distinction. Yeah.
I have a degree. I have a degree in sequential art. Had to take a history of comics. The class spoiled all of Watchmen. Yeah, you know, you can't help that. That probably is going to happen. Elon's banned.
Wait, did you Jack's question? You clicked on it, but you didn't read it.
I suck at this. In our arm wrestling contest, who would win, Lemmy or God? I'm gonna say God. He's got 5 fingers.
That's true.
And if you watch Over the Top, Jimmy knows. You know 5 fingers goes a long way.
Okay, so it's not a Simpsons reference.
It was both a Simpsons and an Over the Top reference.
Okay, Ojo.
Nope. Make it, man. Go to Acme, dude. It's great. It's not in Raleigh. It's in Greensboro, which might not even be near Raleigh. I'm sorry.
It wasn't Geeksboro.
Geeksboro, that's close now, though.
Oh, what a shame! I just saw a picture there.
Let me answer. I knew that was the answer people wanted, but not today. Not today. Omar, is it true that Amalgam Omnibus has been canceled because of a huge printing error? Have you heard anything more about it? Nope, I haven't heard it. DC doesn't send me books, so I have no idea if there was a huge printing error. But apparently, whoever got the copies from the printer pointed it out, so that's good that they caught it before it went to print, right?
Thank you, Josh. And actually, when we were in the hospital at 1 a.m., I was looking at those panels that you sent, and then we left. So I quit typing. So I still need to send that to you. Oh, Over the Top. Meet me halfway across the sky. Would it be sensible to wait for Amazing Spider-Man to Falco Friends Omni, then get the black costume Omni with the misprint if it ever gets released? I'm sorry, why can't I read?
It's okay.
They already have a massworks of those issues.
Sure, yeah. But that's the thing. I don't know when that will come out. Well, you're talking to Masters of English over here, and you're talking to a guy
Masters
whose
of English
English is a second
Second
language. And I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
Yes, and yes.
Absolutely, comics are
Logan
literature.
Boss, yes. What do you think?
Absolutely, 100% comic
like
books are
the-
literature.
New picture.
I mean,
well, because Omar's dad, we had taken him to the hospital last night, and I was
that's
just
why I
sitting
was
there
up till
waiting
4
for
o'clock
him.
in the morning.
Let's see.
And
Is
after
it
the stream, I
true
gotta go
that
back.
the amalgam?
I did that one
Oh,
already.
sorry. Let me scroll back up. Did you answer this question?
Let's see. Hi, Omar and Melanie. What are the chances Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2 Bagley cover reprint? I know the standard cover's back. That's the only ones that they restock are the standard edition ones. Unless there's an official reprint, then they'll reprint the covers.
The Masters of English. I think Bleeding Cool says that's been canceled permanently rather than being delayed. What?
The Amalgam Omnibus? I don't know. I haven't heard.
Do you think we will see the Transformers UK
God.
content collected? I know they were printed in old UK Transformer trades, but I don't think they were ever finished.
You want to know what I would love to see, brother? Is Transformers done by and like mapped out, including the TF UK era, in between issues of the American one. And it's not perfect, right? Because it is difficult. But I would hire James Roberts to come and do that, because James Roberts is the man. And I think he would be the only one that would be up to the task of like, when did these issues take place in between the American Transformer comics?
Troubles is Aaron Shakespeare.
I hate
What
you so
about the
much.
Crossing.
Crossing is literature. That's right.
And wait, somebody said Trouble earlier as well.
What is wrong with you people? Thanks, Bruce. I don't know if Bruce is still watching. Bruce, I hope you're safe down there. Nothing, it was the
Oh, wait, yeah, is Bruce
hurricane.
watching?
He was watching earlier.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't know if he still is or not. But yeah, anybody that was in the path of the hurricane, hope everybody's staying safe.
Yes.
Comics are indeed literature.
know,
There are
wait,
comics
what
out there with
Josh was-
intelligent writing and stories. Absolutely.
Josh was talking about, totally recommend my favorite things, Monsters. Oh my gosh, like I couldn't stop reading it. It's so interesting and deep, and I love it.
Said he, I don't know. I haven't seen the list yet.
Let's see. Is it literature in the same vein as what those academic snobs consider literature, like Faulkner, Proust,
or Joyce?
Joyce?
I will say, yeah, I think there is. Absolutely. You ever read, to go back to Watchmen, but if you've ever read Watchmen has a lot of prose in it. Help me,
Starman does.
You can
That's
you can go back to a Silver Age book, and it takes you a lot longer to read some of these Silver Age narration than it does to read like a novel.
I'm going to use Doug mentions Godzilla in creative writing to show them examples of figurative language and such, like tone in writing is so good. And then what was I reading? I was like, oh dang. Oh, Executioner song.
Scott
Lobdell.
What about him?
I was like, dang, Charles Xavier.
Oh, the
what
speech.
A beautiful speech.
I was never a Lobdell fan. I was always the
I copied it and put it on the wall.
Feminiciosa fan over the Lobdell stuff.
I like both. And thank you. It's pronounced Proust.
Oh, thank you, Hamza. Oh, it's not Hamza, it's Max. See what I did there? Hamza, you still watching?
How do you feel about Batman getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Really? Do fictional characters get stars too?
Well, Amanda and I learned that this isn't the first time it's happened. Somebody,
What was the first fictional character?
Donald Duck, I think, has a star. Yeah,
I think it's cool.
I think it was Bruce or somebody in one of the Reels Talk streams we did was telling us comics are what got us into reading. Same here, brother. I think comics is what helped me learn English. So you are
I worked with a gentleman years ago. I love him. And he was a retired teacher, and he would help, or was he a retired teacher? He was tired regardless. And he was the help people who need help reading person at school.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like,
frowned
how
upon
can
comics.
you, as an English teacher, read those stupid comics? And I was just laughing. I was like, you have no idea. There's some great stories about facets of the human condition. And he's like, I just don't get it. And, oh, I love him. He was awesome. I think you nailed it. The reason Gods was so disappointing was that the story ultimately went nowhere and it didn't really affect anything. There wasn't even a lesson or moral or anything. Okay. Yeah. And Bleeding Cool said the Amalgam Omni now had new dates on resellers that indicate unknown release and that some had it removed from their sites. That doesn't mean canceled, though.
No, it doesn't. And I will say this about Bleeding Cool, too. A lot of it is speculations and rumors. You know, every once in a while, Rich gets it, right? So I don't, I haven't used them as a news source for years. And I don't have anything against Rich. I ain't got anything personal. He's reached out to me a few times. Seems like a nice cat. I just know for years that rumors and stuff, it doesn't help to spread those things until you hear something solid from the companies. Preacher's literally, I love Preacher. Omar English, that's why he says topsy-turvy.
A lot. Usually racial slurs to make a point.
Oh my gosh, the guy used three racial slurs. It was
now I know what you're talking about.
And one could say that was Kitty Pryde that was racist, not Chris Claremont. Just to make a point.
No, but she was,
that was a powerful moment. I don't care. All kidding aside, that was a powerful moment. Words have power.
Let's see. Oh, Bruce sent a super chat.
I read Alan Moore's run on Swamp Thing, and it was great. Is there another run of Swamp Thing that I should read? There's several runs that are solid. Like, I really like Nancy Collins' Swamp Thing. Keep in mind, it's after Alan Moore. And it's you don't follow Alan Moore up and do the same thing. You kind of do your own thing. And she does. Actually, I recorded that video a month ago, and I still haven't released it. I think I'm using it as a placeholder for something in October. So I talk about why I enjoy it so much. Rick Veitch's run on Swamp Thing is excellent, and Bernie Wrightson's art in the original Len Wein, phenomenal.
So really quick, because this is about Swamp Thing.
I don't have the Bronze Age Omnibus, which is the beginning of Swamp Thing before Alan Moore's run. I don't have that one. I do have the Absolute Edition, which is beautiful. The only damage was my wife's vinyl fence. Took it apart, spent all day Thursday putting them back together. I'm sorry, buddy. Bruce, I never thanked you. I never thanked you for the Twisters in 4K or Twister in 4K that you sent me, brother.
Twister,
which I will be watching outside because he sent me that projector. We'll watch it with the girls outside. My mother taught me how to read before I went to school. I taught my kids the Tiny Titans before they went to school. They knew their Teen Titans. Both of my kids knew the difference between Donna Troy Wonder Girl and Cassie Wonder Girl before they knew their ABCs.
What do you think of Batman City of Madness?
Which one's City of Madness? I'm drawing a blank. I'm so sorry. City of Madness. I don't know. I'm sorry. Which one is that?
Okay, I'll look for Ben's answer.
Uncle Scrooge. No great. No joke. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it is phenomenal.
Is Inferno by Hickman essential if I have House of X and Powers of X?
That's the last Hickman story. I think it's essential.
Okay, so me and my friend who's into literature, quote unquote, got into an argument just because I said comics and manga literature. In my opinion, anything invokes solid motion be serious literature. Oh, look, yeah,
absolutely.
I like how you worded that. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Your friend who's into literature, you take one of these omnis and you smack him upside the head and show him some real power of literature. Thank you, Melanie, for teaching Omar English. Somebody new here is going to believe that. They're going to be like, oh, look at that man go.
Starscream. I have Starscream. This is bad comedy.
Oh, I love that Galvatron and Cyclonus are booing him. It's such a good shirt.
What happened to the proposed hot paprika overview? Still censoring things?
I forgot, man. I'll do it. It's just I have a stack of books that publishers send me, and I have to get through those. DC and Image don't really send me things, so I promise I get to them when I can. And I realize, sometimes it's easy. Like Batman the Cult, I've read over and over. It's one of my favorite Batman stories. So I was like, oh, I'm going to throw this out there. So, yeah. It's Court of Owls team up.
Oh, look at the cute little owl emoji.
City of Madness. Okay. Yeah. I didn't like it as much as Court of Owls. But I like the first half of Scott Snyder's run. I don't have kids, but my nieces and nephews know their comic characters. Yeah, man. I'll never. That's how I love bragging about that.
I still haven't read Bone.
Oh, Bone is so good. Omar, out of Loeb, Cell, Marvel Color Series, which is your favorite? Mine is Daredevil Yellow. Spider-Man Blue, I think, for me.
Yeah.
Daredevil Yellow is a close second. Yeah.
You think Blackest Night Omni is heavy enough? Man, I want to reread Blackest Night, but then I look at that Omni, and I know I don't have
get
to
overwhelmed,
but I'm like, do I even want to read a little bit of it? Oh man, there's so much. All that. What if you took sticky notes? Josh say, do bad drawings to cover hot paprika.
No, because the drawings I would do would be male genitalia, which would make it worse.
Oh no, I'm getting yelled at.
Yeah, those are caps.
I put it in a book club. I think it's been in a book club though before, hasn't it?
Once, yeah. Think we might do it. We got Strike Force, Morituri, anything's possible. Nam and FMA are some of my most wanted.
What's upcoming on the bestest channel ever this week? I don't know why I said that.
I don't know, man. I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing, what the video I'm doing tomorrow. I think one of them is going to be the Tina did the Toilet Bound Honaku-kun Volume 2.
Kun.
Bucks.
It's pronounced.
Kun. Thank you, baby. That box set unboxing, that will be one of them. And I can't remember what the other video that day is. Maybe the Wanted and Big Game. I think. Monday is Ghost Rider 2099 and Uncanny X-Men 2. Tuesday's the Marvel trades. Wednesday's my hidden gems for October. I need to film that. Oh gosh, I gotta have time. I gotta maybe when I get back from the hospital. Thursday, I got it written down somewhere. I'm sorry. Normally I know.
Oh, thanks, James. Sunday.
Actually, that's been canceled. No Reels Talk on Sunday because Amanda didn't go see what's it called. And honestly, I just don't have the time.
Yeah, I was actually thinking I saw it and I could do it with you, but
no, I'd
really
rather,
don't have time. Yeah,
because I wanted to do a Joker 2 and Terrifier 3.
Okay, yeah,
like
the clowns together.
But since she didn't see it, so I can't do it.
I didn't see Joker 2.
Sunday, yeah. So not this week. So we have to cancel. So we'll be back the following Wednesday.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Uncanny Helverine, the first time commenting.
Oh, thank you. I just want to say thanks.
I'll give you the Wolvie gift.
Thanks for getting me into comics for the first time. My wallet.
Oh, so of course the first time. So do you really like Helverine? Like, is that your favorite? Is that why you picked it?
Helverine is such a ridiculous character. How have we not done that before? I haven't read how is Waller versus Wildstorm?
What about Halloween versus Garfield?
Halloween.
Oh, I think I
Charlie
remember
Brown,
that.
the Great Pumpkin.
Oh yeah, I do love
you
that.
got
but
it.
Yeah, I think I remember the Garfield one. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you so much.
Waller
Kane.
versus Wildstorm.
I haven't read that. Did you read the Darkness from the Witchblade series? I did. I read. I have the first 2 hardcovers. I think they're doing a third one. I like Lonely City. I did read that one and I liked it. Who's most consistent writer in comics? Oh, that's hard because I think everybody has a bad day, right? Even my favorite is Chris Claremont. Oh my gosh. Oh, that so totally hurts. Yeah, he has bad stories. Jeff Johns, same thing. I think there's a couple of stories by him that I've read that I'm like, not my cup of tea, but I'm trying to think. There was a time I would have said somebody like Brian K. Vaughan. But those delays on Saga have really killed my enthusiasm of that book, which sucks because it was one of my favorites. Like there was no so wrong that Saga.
Now I want to reread it. Is it on my reread list?
I'm trying to think of who was consistent that never.
I got a rock.
I would, normally I'd be like, oh, Ed Brubaker's great, but then he wrote X-Men and it was awful. Hickman, that's a good one, but then Hickman also did a couple things I wasn't the biggest fan of his independent stuff.
Oh yeah, there's stuff of Hickman that I like. And
Don Rosa. Final answer. Don Rosa. Yep. I almost said Mark Waid, and then I remembered Hyper Time with the Kingdom, and I was like, nope, not today, Mark Waid. And he also wrote Bad X-Men. But then again, it's like so hard to write X-Men.
Roger Stern and Greg Rucka are the most consistent for Adam.
Greg Rucka also gave a who said Daniel Way? Mark. Yeah, y'all stop, y'all jokers. Everyone has bad stories, but I'm a fan of Claremont, Jeff Johns, and Tomasi. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think everybody has a bad story, I'm sure. But I was trying to think of most consistent. Even Uncle Raj. But see, that's the thing, is when you're working with editors, it's difficult to see where the writer stops and the editor begins, and vice versa. What was mandated by the editor that they had to do? That's why I said it's hard to write X-Men. You've got people like Ed Brubaker, Jeff Lemire, coming in and writing X-Men, and they were bad, or at least to me. I'm sorry. Who said that?
Chris, how you doing? Chris said, bleeding cool while so wrong. The Omnis are not getting destroyed. It has to do with a gatefold. I don't know what that is.
A gatefold.
They are able to fix
They're
it.
able to fix it.
I have a source at the distributor. Look at Chris Bogga coming in with his
Thanks, Bonnie. I hope you're doing well, man.
And we did answer this. I'm sorry, Omar answered
I did.
this.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like Catwoman, Lonely City. I don't know if you're still here. Electric Alpha. Who's your avatar? I thought it was Blake Lively. Not Blake Lively. Who's the young lady that played? Oh, why am I asking you? Never mind.
And I'm inspired.
Oh, I hope you're doing well, my brother. This man, he is out of the hospital now, so it's so good to see you, my brother. Always good to see you.
Hey, I'm reading Demon Copperhead, which is a parody, kind of, sort of
Great Expectations.
No, Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver.
Okay. What's that got to do with Charles Dickens?
David Copperfield. Wait, did Charles Dickens write that? Who wrote David Copperfield?
What does that got to do with Charles Dickens?
Because I thought he wrote David Copperfield. Omar?
Okay.
Facts. I'm always wondering when I'm reading if it was a writer or an editorial decision.
When I talked to Fabian Nicieza, he told me something really, really, that was a huge eye-opener. It was an issue that I brought for him to sign. It was the wedding issue. And he said, oh, this is one of my 2 only comic books that an editor didn't change anything. But that is a job of an editor, right? A job of an editor is to change things around to make your story better and to tie it in with other things. But I was really surprised. I'm like,
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Perfect Emma Frost casting in my mind. Okay.
Go ahead, baby.
I don't know what I was saying.
Yes,
ma'am.
That Fabian Nicieza said that an editor.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Appreciate the work they do. They should be changing things, but on that issue,
he wrote every single word. And I said, "Oh man, that sucks." And he was like, "No, that's great. That's what an editor is supposed to do. Dang it!" Except he didn't use "dang it." Yes, ma'am. A mix between Demon and Wolverine.
Sign me
up. Been reading through Danny Ketch and Wolverine.
Yeah. Oh,
so are you reading the Benjamin Percy Ghost Rider series? Because I actually really dig it. Any word when Tyler Crook will begin working on the rest of the story? Dana, I'm hoping that he goes back to the Lonesome Hunters. I think it's such a good book. With no reels talk, I will post this now. Warner will not only lose $200 million on Joker 2, they were counting on hundreds of millions in profit since the first one made over $1 billion.
Oh man!
Thank
you for the super chat.
How much did it cost to make? I know it was really expensive, and it took away from the budget of other projects that we're working on. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you all for the kind words and the wishes and prayers. Like, you all are wonderful.
Oh yeah, that's true. Ryan, I help with punctuation and word choice so that it flows smoothly, so that Josh's story can shine through, and nothing get in the way. I had someone try to tell me Dickens wrote Through a Glass Darkly. No.
Were they arguing with you? I remember when David Copperfield walked through the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
Didn't he make the Statue of Liberty disappear too?
When will you do an overview of the Marvel art of David Nakayama? Can't wait for my copy to arrive.
I'm hoping to knock that one out in the next 3 days. As much as I want to get these books out and these overviews out, I always have to do the books justice, or the publishers justice, since they're kind enough to send me something. Because sometimes I don't catch everything, and then you wonderful folks end up catching it later, and I'm like, oh man, I didn't even see that. I need some more caffeine. I'm running out of steam, and we've got 30 minutes left.
200 mil minus marketing, so probably around 300 mil.
Really? 300 million? How much is marketing for something like that? Haven't read Waller versus Wildstorm myself. Ordered a book yesterday as it's Spencer Ackerman previous comic work before Iron Man. I'm curious about the Iron Man book too. Ghost Rider Omnis will never be complete as he had crossovers with Human Fly and Team America. Shame.
Saga 72 supposedly out in December. How long until Saga Hardcover Volume 4? Man, I wish I picked up that trade from the shop.
I don't know. I mean, it can't be too far, right?
It's a long time waiting.
It is a long time to wait. But then you'll have to reread it. Costs over $200 $200 million to make, plus $100 million in marketing. Box office gross so far, $121 million.
Thank you for the super.
Dude, it made $121 million. Okay, no offense to anybody working on that movie or how. Amanda and I went to see it, and her and I and her little girl and a gentleman in front of us who was recording the movie were the only.
Okay, really?
I'm serious.
The only ones in the theater.
We're the only people in the theater, and it was opening night. I'm like, how people were. I remember Joker 1. It had
opening night.
Yeah, Joker 1 was filled. It's crazy. Oh, will you never talk about Saga? We will never talk about the saga of what is the young lady's name that draws it? She was in our chat, remember?
I know, Fiona Staples.
Fiona Staples. I almost said Fiona Apple, and I'm like, that's not right.
Hey, that brings us back to who mentioned earlier, I've been a bad, bad girl. Didn't Fiona Apple sing that song?
Yeah, I don't know if I consider that singing. I said what I said.
It was announced as a musical?
Yeah.
Exercise by Gang. Yeah.
But it wasn't a good musical. It wasn't a good musical at all.
What's the FS?
Fiona.
Fiona
Staples debacle. She was on her treadmill.
No, it was an exercise.
Whatever. Hey, but for real talk, I bet that was her. Because that book did come out when she said it was coming out. And Brian K. Vaughan got mad and said, you ain't supposed to be announcing this on nobody's channel. I'm Brian K. Vaughan. I get to announce it on my newsletter. I bet that's what happened. Omar hating on Fiona Apple. Dude, I actually got to see her perform before she was huge. And I remember thinking, I don't think this woman's singing. I think she's talking through this song. And my friend was like, oh, man, but she's gorgeous. I was like, yeah.
I don't remember what this song is.
She needs to eat a burger, but she's cute. The Biker Mice from Mars.
Biker Mice from Mars. What do you think about it? I remember it's a cartoon, but I never watched it.
I never watched it either. It was outside of my era of watching cartoons and then coming back to watching cartoons.
Have you seen everything that's Marvel's going to put out?
No.
For this current reprint poll?
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen the list yet.
Okay.
They were supposed to send me August and September, but I haven't seen the list yet.
Who are your top 5 comic writers of all time?
What is this, a John question? John Eckes? Did you ask him to ask me? Oh my gosh. Chris Claremont, Jeff Johns. This is where it gets hard. Oh, this isn't fair. Oh man. Mark Waid.
You're hungry.
Kurt Busiek or maybe Roger Stern.
Man, that was fun reading Roger. I can't talk.
I gotta go with Roger Stern. Oh, dude, this is not fair, man. Fabian Nicieza. Yes, I threw a Latino in there.
Exactly what Logan Wade said.
I threw a Latino in there just so people are like, he's naming nothing but white dudes. It ain't my fault they wrote my youth. Like, dude, I remember making my list of top 20 writers, and this person, I don't know if it was a lady or a man, was like, of course, like rolling their eyes emoji, going, "Of course, there's not a single." I can't remember if it was a woman. No, I did have one of the lady writers in my top 20. Person of color is what they said. I was like, I don't like. Do I have to put somebody? I am a person of color. Do I have to put somebody in the list to meet some kind of quota to you? I didn't reply back, but I just thought in my head, I'm like, but this is my personal list. Instead of calling me out, why don't you tell me who you like? But anyway,
yeah, and recommend.
I mean,
to further a person's
Phoenix
exposure. Bruce, thank you. Phoenix, Saga, and Todd Phillips were paid
up front over $50 million
to make the movie.
Well, that's half the freaking what they made so far.
Someone opposite my office works part-time at a theater and had been hyping Joker 2 for a year with a huge movie poster at his cubicle. He saw the movie and went to throw it out and gave it to me. Oh no!
You're asking some good questions here. Who was more edgier, Garth Ennis or Mark? Ennis on Crossed, I think, is the definition of edginess. Mark Miller's like that era of kick ass, that's the name of the book. Nemesis. Oh my gosh, that is so. The ending of Wanted. This is me. What is this? Me effing your life? Or so, oh my gosh, I was like, who talks like that? And it was breaking the fourth wall. Oh man.
Mike was saying, do you think that a lot of classic authors are overrated? I feel these days there are plenty of authors and books just as good, but aren't thought of in the same way. I do. I think so. That I wish there were was more room for like stuff that isn't hundreds of years old. So, for example, in film studies, our friend Matt got mad. He's like, "You're not showing any classic movies," and I was like, "No, because there's such good movies nowadays. Like, I don't." And I'm sure those classic movies are just as great, but it doesn't have to be old to be good. And I could pick the movies for that. In terms of like just straight out English class, like I can't pick necessarily what text we read, but I do have a lot of freedom with other things. Anywho, so like we have to read Romeo and Juliet, and yes, there's some good poetry stuffs in there. I personally don't like the story. I think it's overrated. There's
William Shakespeare's turning over in his grave.
But we do get to also like Dear Martin is on the syllabus, and actually got to meet the author last year. So we definitely do bring in modern stuff, but I think it's good to. I mean, you don't have to throw everything out. Just to make room for things that aren't hundreds of years old, because tons of people write awesome stuff all the time. Ting.
What?
Was that motivational?
Was that a Walt's comic shop hat the whole time? She's been doing an ad the whole time.
It doesn't have to be old to be good. Just look at Amanda's movie.
That's true.
Now, for me,
that girl better be careful because they keep getting younger. She keeps getting older. She's like Matthew McConaughey. All right. That's the thing about high school boys. Man. Never mind.
Hamlet is better than Romeo and Juliet. But yeah,
I like Macbeth.
I'm not the biggest Shakespeare fan. Let's see. Romeo and Juliet was one more Moebius commissioned one. Rank the following movies: The Shining, 2001. I love 2001.
What?
Full Metal Jacket, Clockwork Orange.
So these are all Kubrick movies.
I've never seen Full Metal Jacket.
What?
I'm gonna say 2001 because I love space and I love the book and I love I love old dead white sci-fi writers. Oh my gosh, they're my jam.
Somebody's gonna clip that and we're gonna get canceled. If that person had seen your list, they would have been like, of course there's not a person of color here.
And let's see.
Oh,
I don't know between The Shining and Clockwork Orange. I don't know.
I think Dan's here to pick up his books, and I forgot.
Oh well, here. Do you want me to go read them?
Yeah, if you don't mind. His books are on the table, baby. I'll right over. For me, the Transformers books. So, for me, it is. I would go. Oh, this is hard. I love Full Metal Jacket. I got to go Full Metal Jacket, especially the first half. The first half is memorable, right? Because of Sarge. Full Metal Jacket, and then 2001, then The Shining, then Clockwork Orange. That's my final answer. Are you familiar with Shadow Man, and is it worth reading? I'm familiar with the older Shadow Man, the classic Valiant stuff. I haven't read the. I did read the new one. Actually, I really like the new one. Ennis at least writes good stuff while being edgy when Miller's edgy because he thinks it's cool. I mean, if you enjoy that, that's cool. Ultimates has been reprinted, 3 times now? There's people that read it. You think the A stands for France. From what Omar said, Omar should end up liking Oasis like Melanie does. No, I will not. Omar and Melanie, thank you for the super chat, Jack Ferry. Did Trump lose the 2020 election. Why can't you ask me comic book questions? I'm going to answer with, I mean, he wasn't president the next year, so. Chris Claremont, Roger Stern, Frank Miller, Greg Pak, Garth Ennis, Roy Thomas, and so many more. Good answers. Full Metal Jacket is some of my best work. You would love me in the beginning. That's what, are you quoting Stanley Kubrick? No Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Love the Bomb in that list, for shame, which is one of my favorites. Independence Day is peak literature. Isn't it a movie? It's a movie, though. Rewatch all Conan overviews. They are top class. How many will there be for Savage Sword? I think I actually mapped it out at 16 or 17. I think Miller writes the best Hulk. Ryan, you know it hurt you to even type that. Bewitched or I Dream of Jeannie. I had the biggest crush on Samantha, so I'm gonna go with Bewitched. Oh, she was so pretty. Beautiful woman. Omar, was Guardians of the Galaxy the entirety of Guardian Devil? I'm sorry, the entirety of Kevin Smith's Daredevil run, or was there more? Also, what do you think of it? I love Guardian Devil. I think it's a great follow-up to Born Again. And that is everything that he wrote. Omar, who are you voting? I didn't answer that question. It don't matter who I vote for. Harry Potter over Shakespeare. Yeah, if that's your cup of tea, absolutely. Drink anytime Omar says the word particular in a video. All right, Ray, I'm going to hold you to that. And you better be drunk in my next video and comment. Best Daredevil omnibus for someone who has never read Daredevil. Oh, Frank Miller. Or Bendis. The new Bendis reprint. Yeah. My favorite happens to be Brubaker, but Brubaker really, really feeds off of Bendis's ending. So it would spoil what Bendis's ending is. I love that writers nowadays hand over Daredevil to the new writer by putting Daredevil in a particular, where's my dude at? You better remember that. Circumstance that kind of puts him in a state where it's hard to get out of. And I don't want to spoil what that means when you read the books. Hey, Omar, did try start reading Mindset by Kaplan, and what am I reading? That's the one where, is it the hackers? That's the one with the hackers, right? Yeah, that was pretty cool. I am voting for the Black Widow omnibus. Am I though? Tough cold cut sandwiches. The Club. I like the Club sandwich. Omar, rank your favorite Fallout Boy albums. Boy, it's a good thing I didn't interview that guy because I didn't know anything. I ain't even gonna try to come up with something, man. What's your top 3 favorite Fantastic Four stories? Oh, this one's tough. Man. Okay, the Doom story by Mark Waid. I'm not gonna put Triumph and Torment because it's not a Fantastic Four story. Use that for Doctor Strange answer. Oh, Coming of Galactus is so good. Coming of Galactus. Oh man, this is tough. Jonathan Hickman's FF, his first arc ever. Oh, beautiful what that story is, especially with my dad and being in the hospital and not being the best of health. That story hits every time, man. After the show, head over to Omnidog's Vault for Crime Corner with Bunkmaster B and Elon for the Duel of the Best Lobster. What did I just read? The Duel of the Best Lobster, like Lobster Johnson? Omar, could you pick 3 favorite from Ballad of Halo Jones, Batman Black Mirror, Batman Gotham at Midnight, Coda, Geiger, Someone is Killing the Children, Book 1, and Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow? Oh, dude. Was it Dan, baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got some Daredevil prints too.
Oh, good. This is a tough one. Just 3? I had never read Ballad of Halo Jones until last year. And I loved it. Like, at first I was like, that was a book that got hyped up by a lot of my wonderful viewers overseas. I hadn't read it. And I was like, what in the world? This is so confusing. But when it got to that last part of the first arc, I was like, okay. And then in the second arc, I was like, okay, This is some of the best comics I've read this year. Gotham at Midnight. I'm gonna go with Something's Killing the Children. That hooked me.
You know what? That didn't hook me.
We're done.
I didn't have an interest in continue reading it.
Okay. Well, you know what? James Tynion don't need you because he's a millionaire overnight.
That just who drew it? I like the art.
Oh, this is difficult. I'm gonna go with Bow to Halo Jones.
Well, you're wrong. You should pick Supergirl 1.
Even though it doesn't end. It doesn't end. So.
Thank you, Fish Channel. Yeah, the only one I know. Well, okay, so I read Something's Killing Children, but but I didn't continue it. So my only choice is Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
There you go.
So good.
That's why people come here, for the answers. Those books are buy two, get one free sale. Hey, is that sale at Target? They got like a video game sale going on too? Asking for a friend.
Take that, Tiny Onion.
Take that, Tiny Onion. I don't know when Halloween is, but I believe it is close. It's October 31st.
Weeks.
What will you...
No say. I don't know.
What will you all dress as? I'm going to go as Melanie, gender swap Melanie, and she's going to go as gender swap Omar. So I'm going to be going around just pretty much correcting everything she says. And talking about
the boobs on and a purple wig.
Have you seen these chesticles? I don't need. Nope, I'm saying my chesticles big. Haha, Omar, you need to spend more time on Jess Discord. Haha, Josh, I don't even spend time on my own Discord. By the way, our Discord is part of our Patreon. This is what happens when I don't have any sleep. Fantastic Four by John Byrne is awesome. That is a good one.
I'm going to go as your ESL teacher.
I'm going to go. Who said that? That's good. I like that.
Milano.
Milano. I don't think that's it. Melanie. Deadpool. Omar's. How dare you? I'm Deadpool. She's not even Harley Quinn. She's Punchline. Oh, my baby got offended because she got that joke. Deadpool. Omar, will you be able to say ting like Melanie? Yeah. Oh, I'd do it even better, man.
Papa Hot Picks.
Bought Something is Killing the Children book 1 after watching your review, and now I also got to get the second one.
Oh, good.
I'm glad you liked it. Unlike my wife over here, after watching my video, she was like, nope.
What do you mean after watching? I read the silly thing.
Silly thing.
Well, no, I didn't mean it was silly. I meant as in you're being silly. Like, I'm using the word silly instead of
I'm a minister of silly walks. NMC Patreon, thank you so much. Yes, our tier start at $1 all the way to one-on-ones, which I think is $35. That is currently sold out. Thank you all that are part of that, by the way. I do enjoy talking to you all, even Ryan. Omar, you need to go to Discord more.
Peru won yesterday?
What? You're missing out on so many deep conversations. What are you doing in there?
Go down. Right there. Ayer
ganó Perú de verdad, hermano?
Peru won yesterday?
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, I got to tell my dad. He's going, right now he's in dialysis at the hospital. Silly Omar. You name registered. A good enough tan to be Omar. I got a good enough tan to be Omar. Just need that beard. All right, here we go. I'll paint myself light skin. Is that a thing? White? Oh, getting a little loopy now.
Top 5 Wolverine.
Gosh dang it, why did you pick that? I was like, please don't pick that because I can't do that live.
Sure you can.
Oh, wait. I made a video. On this. My top Wolverine fights. Go back and watch it because I can't remember what I said. It was back in March. It was a lot of fun.
We did not pick up Batman #1 this week. It's been a couple months since I've been to the comic book store.
You better go. They're going to be like, this folder's getting big.
Whiteface is an acceptable look. Panels with Pete believes.
I believe. Well, he's a man of culture. I have to agree.
DC All-Star. Set the way to watch.
Daima. Toriyama is all over this project. Oh, man. That just came out, right? And it's so cool that we're getting Daima and Ranma. We watched Ranma episode 1. We've watched.
The opening song isn't as good.
If you're gonna be stuck in an island, which 5? Why are you picking these questions?
We're gonna tag team it. Let's go. Cable and Deadpool. even though it's renamed to Deadpool and Cable.
Uncanny Volume 3. I'm gonna get so tired of reading God Loves Man Kills.
Spider-Man versus Venom.
We got to get something big. Something big.
So we only got one more.
AVX. It's huge.
No, Blackest Night.
Maybe
that's huge.
No, AVX is bigger.
No.
I mean, we're gonna be stuck on an island. I gotta get something big, and then I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, I hate the story so much. And the more I read, I'm gonna be like, this is a masterpiece. AVX. I was wrong about AVX. This is the best omnibus ever.
You'll just talk yourself into it.
Yeah. Oh, Kane has a good question. Still need to wait to get my absolute second tier Zorro.
Oh, but 10 is a lot to think about the top of our heads when you're sleep deprived.
Really?
And you have a horrible memory.
Birth of my daughters.
Okay, well,
marrying the love of my life.
Those are a given.
Wow. Way to hate on my top pick.
No,
I'm sorry. What are yours?
Okay, no. I'm not able to communicate what's in my head.
Going to Japan with you the first time with no internet. That was amazing. That was magical, right?
Yelling at you on the train
when I was drunk.
But it's one of my top 10.
Oh yeah, getting drunk in another country and making your wife mad at you.
Okay, so the way I read this as an English teacher. I want to be specific and not generic. It's in like the automatic answer of the child born. But however, I mean, Lydia, that was magical. To not go into too much detail, there was a mirror set up. So I
stop. Nobody needs to know that.
So I saw her head.
I will say,
and I stop. I saw her head.
You hit me.
And I did. And I said, oh, Lydia. Oh, my baby. Oh, okay. Now you can go.
Well, you can't take one of my moments. You took my moment. You just said those are a given. Let's see. Doing the show with you has been a lot of fun. I think this is a good one. Oh, you haven't gotten it yet, Warren? Oh, I think it comes out this week, right? I already did that one. I already did that one. Yeah, Japan the first time was a lot of fun. Going on a lot of adventures like Canada with you and Spain. That was a lot of fun. Meeting Chip for the first time. Hey, this is a family thing.
In that order, Lydia and Alicia.
Well, that's the chronological order, right? Obviously, I like chronological orders. Omar say my daughters, not our daughters. They belong to me first, right? Scientifically speaking. Isn't that the way it works?
That's your argument. Oh, Warren hasn't gotten it yet.
Nope, haven't gotten it. I think it comes out this week.
That was a good question.
What a wonderful question.
Yeah, I don't think we can make it to 10, though.
I can make it to 10. All day, every day. Oh, kick Omar out. Why are we kicking each out? Just bring in Starman to the island so you can educate on why.
Thanks, John.
but then those would be, he said 5, and there's 6 Omnis. You wouldn't get to the ending. Oh, and I love that ending. It's so beautiful. I love that ending. Third best moment of Omar's life, the announcement of New Warriors on the volume. Oh, yeah. I wanted to go back to my videos. Wait, where's Dom? He was supposed to join me.
Oh, that's true. All right. Predacons, Megatron, Waspinator, the Ant, Inferno, and then Maximals, Dinobot.
Dinobot's great.
Rhinox.
Yep,
and
good choice.
Silverbolt.
Silverbolt's the man. Good choice. Dom is a Gen Z slacker fire. He's supposed to join me. I made an announcement. He's not here. He's such a diva. He's gonna show up with his, what is that? Dasani water. What do divas drink? Smart water. Smart water. Now that Image Comics is making Youngblood with Rob Liefeld next year, does this include Supreme? I don't know. It's all licensing, right? I think somebody owns Supreme and somebody else also had Youngblood. I hope so. I'm a sucker for those books. I know people don't like his art. I know people, can hate on the guy, but I actually enjoy his artwork. That was okay. Who said that? Wow. Warren, ban yourself.
As an English teacher, is Melanie excited for Godzilla's Masterpiece Theater by Tom
Scioli?
Where Godzilla meets the Great Gatsby? No, I didn't know that existed.
Well, now you got her all excited.
Does he come up out of the water when Gatsby's looking at, what was it, green, yellow? What was the color? I remember having to analyze the color of the light across the bay or water. That would be cool. Did you say you were selling comics earlier in the show? Oh,
We used
for
to have
the
geek
yard
yard sales.
sales. Yeah.
So I would sell comics, I would sell toys, I would sell video games, I remember the comics that I had, like I just wanted to get rid of them because they were taking up room. So it was like the first appearance of the new Guardians of the Galaxy, and somebody's like, "You're selling this for $1?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You know how much is this worth?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's
That's a
all
yard
good."
sale.
And he gave me $2. I'm like, "Why didn't you give me $5 if it was worth that much?"
Brian, can we stop for 5 minutes? We're actually
I gotta step
about to
out
stop
and have a
now.
smoke. No, Brian.
Why does Rob I feel like drawing pockets?
I don't know.
Is that
That's a thing.
That's the
Yeah.
deepest question ever.
It wasn't bad, Omar. That's what I'm saying. It was okay, but I've read worse about Starman.
I'd say so. At least
Yeah.
they
used to be. And then YouTubers and TikTokers killed yard sales too. Let me show you this wonderful find I got at a yard sale. Actually, I did a video. One of my
and you know what? If you don't know what a yard sale is, it's just stuff from your house and you put it out in your driveway in your yard, and people come.
Garage sales.
It's like supposed to be on Saturday mornings usually, and yeah, it's a yard sale.
I did a video 5 years ago. We did the 127, the 127 yard sales. 127 is interstate or highway.
That one's big.
It's huge. It goes from Indiana all the way to like Georgia. First weekend in August every year. And I did some video of it. And in Kentucky, one of my viewers from overseas said, "Are those video games next to guns being sold?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's Kentucky for you." Liefeld was influenced by Arthur Adams drawing pouches for Longshot to be able to hold gadgets and such.
Thank you guys for being here with us today, especially with everything going on. It's appreciated.
Oh, and I appreciate you.
Marvel Bab was saying that cheered him up.
Good. I'm glad.
Cheered us up, and then we're just going to go take a nap.
I can't take a nap. I got to do some stuff.
With Liefeld back on Youngblood and Extreme Studios, do you think former Vampirella model Kathy Christian gets any royalties from it?
Oh, Evangeline? I don't know.
What with
if they use
being based on her likeness?
Well, likeness, and she was on the cover too of a couple guns at a yard sale. Yeah, man, guns at yard sales. People overseas don't understand what that's like, but yeah, that's Kentucky, and I'm sure Tennessee and some parts of Georgia. Like, people were selling guns next to video games, and they're like, "What's happening in your country?"
I agree.
This gal needs some pockets.
Yeah.
Do you?
I didn't have any pockets in my wedding dress. I just stuck everything down here.
All right.
Yard selling it can be, but sometimes it's boring. Let's see. We are in overtime.
Hold on a second, Hamza. People in New England, your name is New England. You're overseas.
How many more questions, baby?
Let's do 3 more questions, and then I do have to get some food and do a video.
Okay. So first,
oh my gosh.
Well, sorry, Jackson's right here. No, this is easy. Like you like Gotham Central, or is that a
I don't know if I've done that. I would count that. All right, let's see.
Do you like Long Halloween?
Favorite runs? I would go with Doug Mensch. I would go with Mike W. Barr. I would go with Chuck Dixon.
Oh,
I would go with. This is tough.
A title.
I actually really like the Greg Rucka and Ed Brubaker era. Those are so good. So I'm holding them together. So that's, what is that, 4? 5. What would be another run? Yeah, I'm thinking of my childhood, right? That's what stays with you. That's why I went with Dixon and Grant and Mensch. Grant? Did I say Grant? Grant, Mensch, Dixon, Brubaker, Rucka, and Barr. Yeah.
And my only answer is Zdarsky's.
He's not bad.
Best Voltron, line, vehicle, or third Voltron everyone forgot about?
Vehicle.
Oh.
I was a bigger fan of Vehicle, man. Neil Adams' run is regarded as one of the best runs. Absolutely. Grant and Brayfogle all the way, dude. Same. No Snyder. Yeah. But keep in mind, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So Snyder, when was that? 2011? I know he got a lot of people into Batman, so that's wonderful. But for me, it was good. Don't get me wrong. But I think I enjoy things from my past more. Nope, yard sales are not a thing here. They do some flea markets from time to time. It's kind of like that. Top 10 Decepticons, you monster. Have you read any Ennis's Shadow story called Fire of Creation? No, I have not.
And so, one more question.
One more question.
Heard there's going to come a Voltron movie now? I guess that's not a question. With Cavill as well.
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would put Gal Gadot in one of those robots. Ben Affleck in another one of the cat robots. Who's the guy that played Cyborg? That guy. And then my dude, Jason Momoa in the other one. And that is my Voltron force. Everybody go and check out my buddy OmniDog's channel where he's talking about the Duel of the Best Lobster. I have no idea what that is, but I hope you enjoy.
Last question.
What?
Sorry, Bar, yours takes some thought. And that's a really good question. Ask it again. Is Fantastic Four Volume 1 a good starting point for a new reader?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for smashing that like button. Thank you all for the wonderful thoughts and prayers from my father, and I really appreciate it, and I will let him know. I'm going to go and see him at the hospital. And
thank you, Jack.
Oh, thank you, Jack. Thank you all for the super chats. They have helped out, and I will be Viva Peru carajo. That's right. And we will be at New York Comic Con next week. Dom will be taking over the Saturday stream just for that Saturday. So y'all treat him good, treat him right. And if you're at New York Comic Con, come and say hi.
It's like we have a like you tell
William,
you for a substitute. Now you treat him right.
You treat him good. Don't
miss
that. I don't want names on a list that he's like, this guy was a jerk to me. Dom don't sound anything like that. He won't rat people out. I really mean it. Much love.
Stay minty.